For 250 years, the United States of America has been the hope, the promise, the light, and the glory among all of the nations of the world. All over the world, they try and be like us. Nobody can be like us. And with God's help, we will always be this or even better. We're going to be better. Here in our National Mall, we're celebrating freedom's triumph over tyranny, liberty's conquest over oppression, and the enduring victory of the American spirit from the July 4th, 1776 to July 4th, 2026. Big dates. That's big dates. Two big ones. And tonight our country is stronger, freer, richer, safer, and prouder than ever before.
President Trump this weekend to celebrate the semi-quincentennial from the National Mall. Very late, I might add. And he said we're still going to get it in. A lot of weather affecting the events of this holiday weekend, but hopefully it did not keep you from feeling some major American pride as the country celebrates 250. There's one, I don't know if this is morose the right word? I don't know. Did you see that they buried a capsule, Ryan, to be opened in 250 years later?
No, I didn't see that at all.
Okay, so let's just participate in this thought experiment for a minute. They buried, and when I say they, I don't know who they were. I didn't read the story. I watched a clip and saw a brief amount of it. I think it's a really interesting thought experiment, especially right now. We're like, USA, USA, we're the best country in the world. Think about the existence of the United States of America in 250 years. Are you 100% confident that the country will be strong in 250 years?
No.
What percentage are you confident that the United States of America will be the shining city on a hill in 250 years?
I'm like 0% confident.
Now imagine being the founding fathers starting from scratch and looking 250 years into the future, and you get to peek at this. Doesn't that actually make it more incredible to think about some people who came to the United States of America who were seeking out freedom, and when they got here and they didn't quite have the freedom that they wanted, and they were being taxed to death, and they were being overlorded by Kristoff from from Frozen. Is it Sven or Kristoff? It's Kristoff, right?
I have seen the play once.
The line that I just drew there is the guy who plays the King of England in Hamilton is also the voice of Kristoff in Frozen.
Oh, okay.
See?
Yeah.
The guy who sings "You'll Be Back,"
But
and
I've still never
spits
seen
all over
Hamilton.
the place while he's doing it. It's a must-watch,
Okay.
and that's coming from me. You know that I wouldn't. I would totally do that to you. No, it's good. I loved it. I really loved it. When the King of England is, contributing his monarchy to whatever is happening now over in the West, the non-American, soon-to-be American people go, I just don't think that this is really fair. And we'll fight and die for it. Live free or die. What a phrase. So when you think about, I mean, something so simple, it's probably the most poignant moment for me in this entire semi-quincentennial experiment is to think of these people in this nice little area, got this big old white capsule that they're burying in a vault in the ground of things from now. And I thought to myself, they're not going to open that in 200. What's going to happen in 250 years from now? What's it going to be like? And I'm not talking about flying cars and a robot that serves you named Rosie. I'm talking about the existence of the United States of America in the same context that we're seeing this country be celebrated 2.5 centuries in. I have no confidence either. I have great hope, but I don't have any confidence that this won't get totally screwed up, or who knows what the world will look like in that amount of time. Maybe Jesus will have come back by then. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm thinking about the founding fathers starting from scratch on a country that was not formed, not a country that needed to be improved. They had nothing. They had nothing to work with. They had nothing to go on. And here we are. What are the odds of that? I hope we. She's the lady who was doing the little podium speech at the burial of this time capsule was like, when we open this in 250, I want to be like, lady, got bad news. Ain't gonna be you.
Yeah, it'll just be a space laser that scans it and is like, we don't need to dig that up. We know what's in there.
Don't you think the contents of that capsule are cataloged on the internet? Wouldn't it be a little...
Yeah.
Like...
yeah, like what's...
The one thing that I want them to open is a McDonald's cheeseburger to see what it looks like in 250 years.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
and
we
a
won't
Twinkie.
know.
And a roach.
Ew.
That's all it's in the
capsule. The roach is like, hello! It's been dark in here. Just stop and think about that for a second. The hope, maybe the naive hope that goes in burying something for generations to come in 250 years to open it up and be like, oh, this is what great. I don't know how many greats are involved in 250 years. Grandma and grandpa were experiencing when they celebrated this. And then you look back and you think, and then, if you're somebody who's participating in that event, what does America look like in 250 years? Because right now, if you have followed the news a little bit here, you'll know that there are people, this is from a Fox News report, that are saying Donald Trump ruined the 4th of July for me. Have you seen this report? Lindsay Cornick on FoxNews.com. Mainstream media and media pundits accused President Donald Trump of ruining America 250 and July 4th celebrations over the last week, even prior to nationwide celebrations. A direct example came on Friday when the New York Times opinion writer Robin Givhan wrote her op-ed titled, "Trump Ruined the 4th of July for Me." Honey, is Robin a man or a woman? Honey, nonetheless. Don't even answer that question. I'm sure you're fully fluent on the journalists at the New York Times. Robin, honey, America is about making of it what you want to make of it. And if Donald Trump is such a large figure in your life that it ruined the 250th birthday of this country, that's a you problem. That's not an us problem, because there are a whole hell of a lot of people all across this great land celebrating America. And I'm going to tell you this, in my timeline, in my different social media apps, which all kind of have a cultivation of different types of people, I saw a lot of people, full-fledged red, white, and blue, that I have no idea what their politics are. And I thought to myself, oh, look at them go. Good for them. And then I judged myself for making a partisan reaction to the red, white, and blue. Screw that. There are Democrats and Republicans alike this weekend that went bonkers over American patriotism, and it doesn't belong to anyone unless you give up the opportunity to make those decisions for yourself. I tell my kids this: reputation is what people say about you and gets believed about you because of your character. Your character is how you live your life, so that when people talk about you and say, oh, such and such did this, your character will trump what people say about you when you live your life in a way that says, no, she would never do that. He would not be, that's not true. He wouldn't do that. So if you're somebody out there who's a journalist covering this great nation and you can't see the 4th of July past Donald Trump, that's a you problem. You're standing so close to the thing that you despise that you can't even see around it, like a great orange sun rising from the east. The sun.
The sun.
Yes. That's in the west.
Okay.
You're too close to the sun. Step back. You're going to hurt yourself. You're ruining something that's great, that everybody is welcome at the 4th of July celebration, whether it's in your backyard or at the Arch or at the National Mall or wherever it might be. When the United States plays tonight at the World Cup, that's for you. And I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you believe, and I don't know who you voted for, but it's for you. You're an American citizen. Flex. Put red, white, and blue on your face and cheer next to the person who you also don't know who they voted for. Because that's not what matters right now. What matters is we live in a free country. And if you want to, I recommend against it. But if you want to spend your time obsessing over the man who's going to be out of office in 2.5 years, of course, unless he runs again and wins. If you want to spend your time doing that and you want to write about it in the New York Times, God bless America, you get to do that. Now, you give fodder to people who are also living miserable existences that are so wrapped up and obsessed with Donald Trump that they can't see the forest for the trees because they think this country is Donald Trump. I hate to be the one to break it to you. In fact, I love it. He hoodwinked you into that. That is the perk of his job in Donald Trump's eyes of being the president of the United States. He is fixing this country in places that it needs to be fixed. I do believe he's making America great again. But what Donald Trump believes is a perk of the job, and this is specific to him, not the presidency. I don't know that I've seen it. I don't know. Maybe President Obama did this once or twice. The perk of the presidency is he gets to say things that tweak people like Robin of the New York Times opinion sheet and get them to talk about Donald Trump more. That's the thing. You don't understand that you've been baited into making Donald Trump the story every single day. But that's your choice. It doesn't have to be that way. When we're going all patriotic all weekend, or for how many months have we been doing this? And I'm hoping that this celebration lasts at least an entire year because we are now in our 250th year, and why the heck not? I'm hoping that your celebration of this country is centered around our veterans, and you have some in your family, and you think about the freedom that this country provides 250 years in, and you're thinking about 250 years in the future, and you're like, how the heck does that happen? Probably because of the amazing people who we have that serve, protect, and serve, and lay their lives on the lines to protect this thing that is an experiment that we don't know if it's going to be here in 250 years. That's how it happens. You can't see that in a 4th of July celebration weekend because you're staring so close to Donald Trump. You're just nose to nose with the guy. And he just laid out. He bought the ticket for you to come stand there and look at him that close. And you're like, okay, love to. Can't think anything else I'd do with my time. You're missing it. It's happening all around you and you're missing it. And you don't have to miss it. And you don't have to love the guy. You don't have to vote for the guy again when he runs in 2028. Just kidding. You don't have to give in to it. You don't have to agree with him. You don't have to like his policies. You could disagree on every single thing, but you're giving up one of the coolest patriotic experiences we as civilian Americans here domestically have the opportunity to high-five everybody standing around us because our soccer team, we don't even like soccer. I'm sorry, Ethan. Most of us don't even like soccer. Watch the coverage of people talking about, which we'll get to, the rescindance, or shall I say the suspension of the red card. Everybody who's reporting on it is explaining soccer as they talk about the suspension of the red card because we don't know, we don't care, but we got our guy back and he's going to fight against Belgium, who they make great waffles. What do I know about Belgium? I heard someone say, I think it was Clay Travis. He was on this weekend and Clay Travis is giving the explanation of what's going on. And then at the end he goes, and kick Belgium's ass. And I thought, in a world where we are at war in Iran, Ukraine and Russia are doing their thing, we're constantly side-eyeing China, Venezuela is Venezuela right now, and Donald Trump is capable of doing whatever he sees fit in a large part. I didn't have kick Belgium's ass on my political pundit on a news, and I was like, this is American. We don't mean destroy them. We mean beat them at their own game. And the whole time we're doing it, Americans everywhere are like, we don't even like this game. It's the most American thing that I can think of that we're casually like, we'll beat you with that too. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. So yeah, I'll eat my words tomorrow if I have to. But
like beating Canada in hockey.
Like beating Canada in
hockey. Oh, this is your
hockey.
sport though. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
We'll play your game.
Guys, like participate, enjoy, hug. And if you are on the side of Donald Trump, and you're out there making the 4th of July all about Donald Trump, I'm talking to you too. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. You can side-eye your buddies that are, pro-Trump as well. If you're in mixed company, if you're not in mixed company, go all out, whatever. But this is for everybody. And if you're somebody who's hate listening to this show right now, I love you. I appreciate you. I want you to be here. I don't want you to miss the opportunity to celebrate something that's really incredibly cool and fun because you're standing so close to Donald Trump that you can't see around him. It's not worth it. Let's talk to Hogan Gidley when we come back. I'm going to talk to him about Trump accounts. Big news this weekend with the release of this. This is the most streamlined, accessible government program I've ever been a part of. Hogan Gidley on the Annie Frey Show next. Home Shield Foundation Repair, online at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com, 314-271-9900. If rain rained on your literal parade this week, and hopefully it didn't rain in your basement, because that sucks, and that is a downer, and it's something that you know is getting worse with time, and you need a solution from somebody who's going to come take care of it the right way the first time. I want to introduce you to Matt Hayes. He's a great guy. As soon as you meet Matt Hayes, you're going to be like, okay, I get it. I understand why Annie's talking about Matt all the time. 314-271-9900. 314-271-9900. Get that basement waterproofed. But, vet Matt Hayes, vet Home Shield Foundation Repair. Go look them up online, read their reviews. Meet Matt Hayes. It's not going to cost you anything to have him look at your basement, tell you how he can fix it and fix it right. Like I said the first time, he puts a lifetime warranty on his work and his team's work because they do great work. 314-271-9900. Look them up online at homeshieldfoundationrepairs.com.
There are many reasons to hire Morgan & Morgan for your injury case. Here's reason 17. In today's new world, many law firms have had money injected into their firms by Wall Street, private equity, and other lenders. This money usually comes in at very, very high interest rates. It's one of the reasons you see so many lawyers advertising. I'm John Morgan. This money is expensive and the interest compounds quickly. These law firms can have a huge need for cash just to pay that debt. Why does it matter to you? My fear is your case is settled early and for far less than it's worth, just to service the loan that has mafia-like rates. Our financial strength is your advantage. That plus our reputation makes our firm your firm. Visit forthepeople.com to see our results and verdicts. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious with better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
The American dream belongs to every child, and today we are equipping the next generation with the right to claim their rightful share of it. Through Trump accounts, our president is creating an ownership economy where all citizens become shareholders. 38% of American families do not have any exposure to our great equity markets, but with Trump accounts, over time, we can get that number to zero. Already, 6 million American children have signed up, 86% of them with families earning less than $200,000. U.S. Treasury, 1.4 million of those accounts will receive $1,000 from the U.S. Treasury to seed the accounts.
There you have Secretary Bessent talking about the 6 million kids that have signed up for Trump accounts, 4 of which are Annie Frey's kids, and I am super pumped about this. Let's get to our guest. Hogan Gidley joins us, senior advisor for the America First Policy Institute, former national press secretary of the Trump campaign. Hogan, happy semi-quincentennial. Thanks for being with us today. I want to talk to you about Trump accounts.
Absolutely. What an amazing feat by Donald Trump, something that really can be realized now, but its full impact won't be realized for a generation. And I can see a point at which news stories in the near future, the next 15 years, point to kids that have a lot more money, a lot more potential for earning because of doing exactly what you have done with your children, which is build them something for the future financially. And, for all the talk of how government does all these bad things, and it does a lot of bad, this was a way in which Donald Trump saw fit to structure a government program that allowed investment into our children that will pay millions and millions of not just dividends, but dollars for those children. Really amazing day.
Yeah, Hogan, I got on Grok and created some charts for my children to look at. Oh, hey, you want to just put this $1,000 in from their savings account, because I don't have any Trump babies, but they've got savings account for birthday money and Christmas money. And I said, if you put $1,000 in right now, I've got a 16-year-old, an almost 14-year-old, 10 and 5. And I'm like, look at what you'd have at 60 if you just never touched it and you didn't put anything else in it. And my kid's jaws dropped. I have had a conversation with my 10-year-old about compound interest, and she understood from what I showed her what that meant. This is equipping the future of this country, not just with knowledge, but with gains that are going to be meaningful long term.
That's just it. It's not just a theory. It's not just a promise for something down the road. It's you're getting something tangible right now. Now, you shouldn't touch it, as you just said, so it can be a whole lot more tangible to the tune of millions of dollars if you don't mess with it. But this is the type of forethought, and this is the type of thing Donald Trump really kind of traffics in, which is preparing the way for a beneficial future for all Americans, should you decide to take advantage of it. This isn't for one subset. This isn't for, hedge funders. It isn't for only the poor. It is for everybody who wants to invest in their child's future. You can do it with these Trump accounts, and I think it's going to be one of his biggest, strongest, most lasting legacies.
Yeah, I'm incredibly interested in the outcome of this. And I was having a conversation when my husband and I were talking about this, because we were thinking, do we seed these ourselves? Do we just wait to see? Because I think 2 of my kids are going to qualify for the Dell contribution of $250, which is incredible, which is why I'm telling everybody listening right now, if you have children, minors, it doesn't matter what age they are, the ability to open these accounts and just have them exist is incredible. I'm really curious about your thought. Of course, this is a public government program that started this whole thing, but talk to me about how this particular administration has brought the private sector into making this the success that it could possibly be.
Well, see, that's the part. Government alone probably couldn't do it. And Donald Trump in the first administration did this in a whole host of ways with opportunity zones inside a lot of these inner cities, where he public-private partnerships created an environment for jobs that, quite frankly, outpaced the job growth of other areas. So in these disadvantaged communities, but with the partnership between investors and the government, you saw more jobs created in those areas. The same thing applies here. This can't be done with just government. My gosh, how much would they want to take off the top? How much would they want to get in the way? Instead, you partner with these private sector, success stories, which, by the way, they're not all evil, as evidenced by this. They want to help, and they're giving back. This is a really, 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 again, not just brilliant move, but it is something that I think the American people can enjoy and will enjoy for their children, knowing you've got some nest egg for them you can begin to build on right now. You don't have to strike it rich. You don't have to win the lottery. You don't have to have some six-figure job. You can start putting money into these Trump accounts now for your kids, just a little bit at a time, and next thing you know, they're going to be set with a whole lot better future because of it.
Yep, 100%. Senior advisor for the America First Policy Institute, Hogan Gidley, speaking with us right now. I'm really asking myself how many families out there are going to avoid this because they're called Trump accounts, because they detest this man so much that they won't participate in it. And Hogan, I'm looking at stories right now on Fox News of people writing op-eds in the New York Times saying that Donald Trump ruined America's 250th birthday celebration for them. The obsession from a percentage of very committed people to hating Donald Trump is going to set them back, especially their children back, should they not participate.
Well, yeah, but also the left has ruined America for everybody else. You see this with people coming into our country from other nations for the World Cup, giddy about everything from ranch dressing to barbecue to choices at Walmart that they don't have. All of the leftist propaganda about how awful America is, we're the cause of the world's problems, we're the root of all evil. Turns out when people come from other nations, they go, wait a minute, we live in a country where hundreds of thousands of people die because they don't have air conditioning. And this isn't sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
This is England, for heaven's sakes. And they're looking around going, wait, why don't we have air conditioning in our countries? So this is a great example of people with that Trump derangement syndrome, as we've talked about. Not a joke, but it's an actual malady at this point. It's a sickness. But the left has repeatedly tried to say how horrible America is. So why they're mad at Donald Trump for 250 is not because he was on stage or not because he was speaking, although that's what they're saying. They're mad because he's telling everyone how great America is, and it flies in the face of their narrative that they've been telling us now for decades that we're a horrible country.
Yeah.
They don't like being second guessed. They don't like being challenged. Donald Trump is doing that simply by speaking on America's 250th birthday. And for your listeners, I'm sure many of them know, the average lifespan of a country's constitution is 17. Ours is 250 years old. That is incredible.
It is. It really is. I was just talking about this in the first segment of my show, but I don't know if you saw that. I don't even know who the organization was that was doing it, but they were burying a time capsule to be open in 250 years. And when I saw that, I paused. I actually thought to myself, who's going to be opening this in 250 years? Like, what are even the chances that America's around and thriving in 250 years? And it made me pause for a minute and say to myself, imagine being the founders of this country, starting from scratch with just an idea that you were putting into place. And 250 years, like, what if they would have been able to have a peak 250 years in the future? And this is what this country looks like. That's how unbelievably miraculous it is that we're here and why it's so important to protect it.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, looking at the last 250 years, it is not unique to us that we've had difficulties and challenges. All countries have those. What's unique is that we fight through them, and typically we come out stronger on the back end of it, having been in that fight together. The difference between now and then, and I hope this remains or changes back to the way it was in the next 250 years, is that at our core, when we disagreed, we also agreed, though, that America was great and that we were blessed to live in a nation that offered us freedoms and opportunities where you couldn't get them anywhere else. But now, because so many on the left, and most of them are rich white women, by the way, that they're the ones trying to tell us how crappy this country is. And so there's a lack of base from which we can all at least agree on the commonality that America at her core is still a beacon of hope and of strength and of goodness and of democracy. We'll disagree on tax policy or we'll disagree on borders or whatever, but we agree America's great. The left doesn't believe that. The left doesn't like America. And by the way, it's part and parcel with their overall strategy. If they can get you to believe America is evil, then it's okay to elect communists and Marxists to office to change what America is, because after all, if America's awful, why wouldn't it? Why shouldn't it be changed?
Yeah, that's such an important point. And, last question here real quick before we let you go, Hogan Gidley speaking with us right now. We have really big partisan choices right now if you look at New York City and wherever Los Angeles is going, and it's happening in other places around the country. But at the same time, the World Cup is taking place. We're seeing all these videos of visitors who are celebrating the most normal things about being an American that never make it through the media coverage. Do you feel more positive in this moment right now than maybe you would have 2, 4, 10 years ago about the future of this country?
I do, only because you're getting to see people from another country kind of expose how great we actually are. And I hope it's a gut check for all of those. It's weird because I can't believe I'm saying it, but people from England people from Finland, people from, all these far off places are the ones putting these leftists, these radical American-hating citizens in check. They're the ones saying, hey, move to my home country if you want to, but you don't have the opportunity there. You don't have the affluence there. You don't have the abundance there that you have here. And so I hope this country's moving in the right direction. I think with Donald Trump's election, obviously that helps. But we're going to need to keep fighting for it for generations and for the next several election cycles, no doubt.
Yeah, and that's what we've been doing for 250 years, and we've got the right people at the helm to continue doing it in the future. And the right attitude now, I think, for sure. Hogan Gidley, it's a pleasure to speak with you. Thanks for giving us some time today.
Thanks much. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Senior advisor for the America First Policy Institute, former national press secretary for the Trump campaign. He also served as former principal deputy press secretary in the Trump administration first time around. On X at @JHoganGidley. All right, here is the YouTube poll for today. Haven't mentioned it. We'll discuss it quickly when we come back, before we get to Wiggins America's Monday Roundup in about 15 minutes from right now. Here's the question that we're asking you. Are you going to follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Yes, closely. Yes, the highlights are no. On this show, we're not generally speaking true crime people, but this is a horse of a different color. So we're curious about your thoughts on the Charlie Kirk murder trial. Are you going to watch it in detail and follow it incredibly closely, or something in between, or not at all? YouTube.com/@AnnieFrey. Go vote in the live chat poll and text us your thoughts. We'll feature some of them when we come back. 314-241-9797. Back in a minute.
You're cooking dinner. The lights go out. You flip the breaker and forget about it.
But what if it keeps tripping?
Trips once, your breaker's doing its job. Keeps tripping? That's a warning. Bad wiring or something worse.
Do people just keep flipping it?
Most do, until they can't anymore.
Call Grasser. We'll stop the trip.
Green is always Grasser at GrasserHomeservices.com.
Looking for a smarter, safer way to invest? For a limited time, lock in a great rate with Together Credit Union's 11-month CD special. From day one, your return on investment is guaranteed. No market swings, no surprises. Just a competitive, fixed rate that steadily grows your deposit. Make your money work harder with a financial partner that puts you first. Visit a Together Credit Union branch near you or go online to togethercu.org to learn more. Together Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Men. Need a clinic that accepts all insurance, including Medicare? U.S. Men's Medical Center in St. Peters does. U.S. Men's helps men experiencing loss of energy, focus, concentration, and low libido. And they accept all insurance, even Medicare, for testosterone replacement therapy. Patients love the staff and the fact that, yes, I'm going to say it again, they accept all insurance, including Medicare. Feel better? Call U.S. Men's Medical Center at 636-244-5333.
According to MasterCard, nearly half of small businesses have been a victim of a cyber attack. As cybercrime escalates, ThrottleNet is calling on businesses to strengthen their security posture by taking a free online IT security audit right from your desk. This 3-minute online assessment provides an immediate score to see security gaps and vulnerabilities in your network. For 26 years, ThrottleNet has supported your business IT everything right here in St. Louis. In fact, no client of ThrottleNet has ever paid a ransom. So visit throttlenet.com/971 to take the free assessment today.
Today's YouTube live chat poll question for this Monday, the 6th day of July, is: will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? It is starting. The answers are yes, closely, yes, the highlights, or no. Those are your three options. Let us know what you think. It is 12:38. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
JerryKelly.com.
2026 is a big year for America, and we'll be here with you, celebrating every step of the way. America 250 on 97.1 FM Talk, sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. So I want to draw attention to that YouTube poll that Ryan just mentioned there, the Charlie Kirk murder trial. There have been updates that the defense of Tyler Robinson has come to trial or to come to the courtroom over and over and over again with a whole bunch of stall tactics. They're trying to do everything they can to slow this process down. I think my understanding based on reaction that I've watched to what the defense is doing is their big victory here is not to have the death penalty because Utah is a death penalty state and the prosecution is seeking the death penalty in this particular instance. I don't like true crime stuff. I don't like it because I internalize it a little bit too much. I start to personalize the people who are in, if it's any specific trial. It doesn't have to be somebody who is as high profile as Charlie Kirk, which is, if I were going to follow these very closely, is probably a trial that I would like to follow closely. My problem is I don't know court lingo. I'm not a lawyer. Don't pretend to be one. I get as much info from people reacting and explaining as I do watching it myself. And I'm going to be honest, I don't want to permit myself to turn this into some sort of form of morbid entertainment.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Really?
I am. I thought that this would be something that I would really want to see justice through, and I do. But I also don't want to participate in it every day. I want the justice system to be trustworthy enough that I can trust it and leave it alone. And the texts, I'm telling you right now, the texts are all over the place.
What do you got
on this question? Will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Excuse me. The first one says, yes, I will follow Charlie Kirk's murder trial closely, looking for justice. I totally understand that. Next person says, yes, I will follow the highlights. So that's the second option that we gave you. Then this person says the third one. It says, I will personally try to avoid it as much as possible. The whole thing disgusts me. It's becoming too dangerous to speak your mind if you're on the right. You're literally taking your life into your own hands. And that's sad. So those are the first three we got when I just asked this question just now during the time check, and they are all three of the answers.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how it shakes out with our poll. Our poll is a very small slice, very small percentage of folks that listen. You know, you're listening right now and you hear me talk about the poll all the time. When I meet people at events or just out and about, something people say quite a lot is that you love the poll, but you can't call in and talk about it, or you're driving, so you can't necessarily get to a computer or on your phone to vote. I get all of that. It's one of the reasons why we like to pair the text line with the actual percentage results that we give at the end of the show. But it does make a difference to me if the results of something like this come back and they're overwhelming in one way or another. If a third of you are not going to follow it at all, but 2/3 of you are going to follow it at some capacity, then that affects my focus on how much, not if, we're absolutely going to update you through the course of this trial. We're not going to pretend it's not happening. Charlie Kirk's assassination was as public as it could possibly be. So justice should be made public, certainly in the journey towards it. But, you know, you could dabble in something. I think about the Supreme Court hearings with Kavanaugh, specifically with Kavanaugh. It just captivated everything. Now, based on, I remember the listenership of the station went through the roof because we were covering it so in-depthly. And that's a huge story. A Supreme Court justice nomination with good right that we would cover it as closely as we did and that you wanted to hear it. But, you know, how does it reflect on our show to not cover it at all, or to do like it's Charlie Kirk radio all the time because we want to know the goings on? I'm just kind of in the middle of it. Like you, I absolutely want justice to be served. I don't think that me overseeing the trial is going to make that happen more or less. But right. I do think public participation and understanding that you're going to, you know, be judged according to the law. I think that we do need to keep a spotlight on it in honor of Charlie Kirk. But how bright is the spotlight And honestly, here's an interesting question. What would Charlie Kirk want?
It's a good question. And I'm not saying that this is the right. I'm telling you, this is truly the way I feel about this. That since his death, everything around him and all of that has become such a ridiculous circus that I don't like paying attention to any of it.
It's a protest to say, no, I'm not going there.
Kind of. And this isn't that, but it gets lumped in with that because of everything that's happened since then. So that it just makes me, honestly, when I watch a video of Charlie now, having a debate with a college kid, it's so refreshing and so wonderful that it makes me miss him more now than in the immediate, because you go, man, we really, really did lose something here.
He normalized conversation in a time where the effort of the powers that be, specifically, in my opinion, the left that worked to categorize everybody. First, you categorize people. First, you make people, the word is identity. Identify with an identity. And you have to kind of establish, okay, well, but who am I? First, you make people identify. Then you make people compare. And that's been a very aggressive move in the political world for 20 years now. And I don't think a healthy one. The idea of America was that we came together despite our differences for something that was greater because of our collective interest in freedom, liberty, and justice for all. But if we're divided, how are we supposed to do that? And Charlie Kirk said, I'll sit down and talk to you, and I'll listen to you. I'll put my microphone down on the table while I use my ears to listen to you. And they took that away. Let us know in the poll. Will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Yes, closely. Yes, the highlights, or no. Your feedback today is super important. We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Scott Jennings, and what does America mean to me here on our 250th birthday? The future of Western civilization. The future of human liberty. That is what is at stake in our world right now.
America 250 is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
This is attorney Todd Nissenholtz of Kaufman Townsley. Injured by a careless driver? We work with the top doctors in St. Louis. We'll help you get the expert medical care you need and the maximum amount of money you deserve. Call 314-777-7777.
Corey, from your comfort service? Why are you standing next to my AC?
I'm standing behind our work.
But it's 8 p.m. You're just going to stand behind my air conditioner?
Yeah, pretty much.
Could you turn off the sprinkler then?
Absolutely. At Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation, we take pride in our work. If you need a new air conditioner or HVAC system, you can trust we'll install the equipment correctly. Plus, for a limited time, qualify for rebates up to $2,600 and 0% financing for up to 72 months. For a free estimate, visit aircomfortservice.com.
It's Mark Cox. Celebrate the month of July with Zero Res. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $129 and get your air ducts clean for $599 per unit. Book online at ZeroResSTL.com and take advantage of the savings.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's been a promise, a story of courage, hope, and dreams. And through it all, local TV and radio broadcasters have been there, telling the story of America, bringing truth to light. Broadcasters tell the story of who we are and who we aspire to be. We are America's storytellers. We are broadcasters. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
You've been listening to the very popular Wellness One for many years, Saturdays and Sundays on 97.1 FM Talk. We're happy to share that we've expanded the show to 4 times a week. Yes, 4 times every weekend. Saturday at 10 a.m., Saturday at 8 p.m., Sunday at 9 a.m., and Sunday at 2 p.m. It's the same great show designed to cut through the nonsense and provide you a common sense, science-based strategy for a healthy life. So join TJ and Aaron for Wellness One. Now 4 times a week on 97.1 FM Talk.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Wiggins! Oh! Monday Roundup! Yeah! This here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
All right, amidst America 250 and American fever, you could say the world has it now. They're all here and they're enjoying the air conditioner that is taking care of that fever.
Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's how it works. If you get too hot, you just turn on the air. The CIA is saying that there is one body language gesture that is a dead giveaway that you're an American.
Smiling.
No, but that's a good one.
Thumbs up.
Leaning on stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, you have seen this?
Yeah.
That's true. It's leaning on things when you're
if you got time to lean, you got time to
clean.
Duh.
Oh, I wouldn't have known that. I don't ever clean.
I believe that. It's a McDonald's. A long-time McDonald's phrase.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's like a employee thing?
That Kay at Annie's Frozen Custard employed when I worked there.
If you
to
got
everybody,
time
not just to
lean,
me.
Time to lean, time to clean. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I've never heard that. I've never worked in retail, probably.
Try it on your kids.
They'll just sit down.
You say, how is this going to become a fast food empire if you guys don't get up and do something?
So, yeah, there are certain gestures that set each culture apart, and there are a few that set us apart. The American quirks are things like pointing. Apparently, that's not a common thing, and yes, we're talking about
It's
Sophie
rude to point.
Cunningham
Do you
right
know
now. Not if you're an American. You can point at whatever you want. Say, I want that.
Do you know at Disney, they're not allowed to point? The cast members are not allowed to point. They have to do a 2-finger.
2 fingers.
Yep.
Yep.
The addition of the middle finger makes it okay in America.
Right. And also eating while you walk.
We don't have time to sit down. We're busy.
Is an American
We're making
thing.
deals and getting things done.
And apparently those things are picked up easily by non-Americans to identify us. There is also a certain demeanor, although that is not really gone into a little bit. It's probably a little bit of a bravado. Other American indicators.
I want to push back on that real quick, though, because I think that's what Americans think. I think Americans think that we have this bravado about us, but why is everybody coming to America and all they're doing is talking about how nice we are?
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking around going, really?
Yeah, but we're nice with bravado. We're nice.
We're the
and
nicest.
We mean it.
We're the nicest, most modest people, incredibly humble, the humblest in the entire world. Happy to talk about it.
No, actually, I say that, and the demeanor I think that they're referring to here is later in this article. It goes on to talk about there's a body language that Americans have that's a little less. It goes into the lean thing, where if we're out in public and we are standing, we find ourselves wanting to lean against something so that we're not fully standing. Whereas many European cultures, this isn't all over the world, but European cultures tend to stand like straight upright because it's considered.
Because they got a stick up their butt.
Good. Especially the English.
Used to royalty. Stand at
I wonder
attention.
if England is going through this 250 really and be like, get this freaking thing over here. Because there's a lot of very nice gestures coming from England. Like, we're stronger and we're better together. And basically England's like, we started this.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, we know. And they're like, we know. They're trying to take credit for it. Good for them.
Yeah, there's a whole Bill Burr bit about that where he's like, look, anything you don't like about America, you started this. You did this.
I haven't seen that, but I like Bill Burr.
The last couple things on this list are that we wear backwards baseball hats.
Yeah,
and
you do.
That is not common anywhere else in the world. And we wear sunglasses on our heads when we're walking around and we don't need them.
Where do you put them?
What?
Where else would you wear them?
Well, not on our face, like all over our eyes, like we move them up onto our forehead.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Where else would you put them?
You would put them either in your pocket or you could put them on
put your sunglasses in your pocket.
Your purse, I guess.
You hang.
You know why you put your sunglasses in your pocket? Where do you buy your sunglasses and in what quantity?
I buy them in mass on Amazon, 20 pair at a time.
Same
so that
pair.
If I sit on them or lose them, I don't care.
Which is why you don't put good sunglasses in your pocket.
Where do you put them? You put them on your
No, I put
collar?
them on my head.
You put
And I
them on your head.
specifically, ladies understand this, maybe men do too. You got to buy the sunglasses that don't have the metal things like eyeglasses would have. I mean, some eyeglasses wouldn't. But you put that up in your hair and it just rips your hair out when you put it down. So you get the ones that don't have the metal with the little rubbery things that go on your nose.
Yep.
But you don't put it, I mean, if anything, maybe in the front of your T-shirt, but then you bend over, you pick up a kid or something that falls, they scratch.
Right.
Just put them on your head.
Well, the rest of the world
America
puts
making
them,
things better each and every day, as simple as that.
The rest of the world puts them into gilded cases, which
Yeah.
they carry in a small box.
Because they have time. Because they're sitting down to eat. And we don't have that kind of time.
They walk around with a briefcase full of their one pair of sunglasses.
That's what's in the briefcases. I always wondered.
It's on their trains. They travel by train a lot. That's how you know they're European.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is that what do you think about food labels that say sell by on them instead of consume by?
I'm super picky about food. Sell by is different. I'll pay attention to that, but I think it's helpful. Probably arbitrary.
Compared to expires on or best used by?
I'm definitely looking at the date and looking for a sell by versus best if used by.
So you would prefer to see a sell by rather than an expiration date?
No, I'd probably prefer an expiration date.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that I think most people would. California is leading the pack here. They are going to ban sell by food labels because they said they're too arbitrary, which is kind of true. They don't really help the consumer. They are for the store, and everybody treats them a little bit differently.
How far past best if used by are you drinking milk?
Probably 2 days.
Are you looking at that? Are you, I mean, just
Oh,
doing
yeah.
a sniff test?
I absolutely do look at milk.
Milk shouldn't smell.
Yeah,
And if it smells like anything, go on.
exactly. If even it's before the expiration, I will
Yeah.
actually get rid of milk if it
Do you
smells a little funny.
sniff the milk every time you drink it?
Yeah, that's the name of my band, actually, Sniff the Milk.
You guys open for Vanilla Ice.
We do. Although it's the Vanilla Ice cover band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on.
Smell the ice.
I knew you were thinking of something. I had to let it cook.
It wasn't that good.
In
but-
the next hour, Steve Moore and Senate hopeful Michele Tafoya is going to talk about that Supreme Court ruling with us regarding boys playing in girls' sports, fraud in her race to win a Senate seat in Minnesota. Back in a minute. The Retirement Advisory Group, you find them online at retirementkey.com. You can call them directly right now and talk about your retirement. It's right there. It's the next thing on your list to retire, but gosh, can you do it? Can you do it confidently so you're not jumping into a financial situation that you didn't see coming? Don't want to do that. Retirement is exciting, but it's also maybe a bit scary, and the scary part is what you don't know. That's where the Retirement Advisory Group comes in at 314-993-9494, 314-993-9494. You can sign up for a free conversation with experts who will help guide you through that transition process. So if you're in your late 50s, if you're in your 60s, and it's right around the corner and you're ready, you think, you need to have the experts who can say, I'm ready, I know. 314-993-9494. 314-993-9494. Call Bob and Tammy Kershaw. Tell them Annie sent you and set up your appointment at the Retirement Advisory Group. Online at retirementkey.com.
Well, I'm sure you're aware, I guess you can all imagine, that not only are we busy, but other reputable companies are also just as busy, if not busier, and it's only going to get worse. So if you know, I know this is tough, but if your system has not been keeping up with your house for just not this year, but last year, the year before, and even the year before that, if you want to quit doing it and just get it done, just call me, Bart Inman, and it's one easy number, the easiest of numbers that sometimes I forget. So write it down. 314-293-2600, Missouri and Illinois, or on the internet, bartinman.com. That is Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com. God bless.
KFTK FM Florissant from the Kaufman Townsley St. Louis's Injury Lawyers Studio. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Rejected. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Belgium losing its protest over a red card reversal ahead of tonight's World Cup match with the U.S.
We heard directly from FIFA. They have ruled Belgium's appeal against the reinstatement of Flo Balogun for tonight's critical game as inadmissible. They say that Belgium was not a party to this process and therefore has no standing for that appeal. That means the bottom line that Flo Balogun is available for selection if, of course, head coach Mauricio Pochettino decides to put him in the team, given everything that he and the entire U.S. team has been through.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in Seattle. The Belgian Soccer Federation telling Fox it's given the U.S. Soccer Federation notice it will contest Balogun's eligibility if he is listed to play. The striker was given a controversial red card during last week's win over Bosnia-Herzegovina. President Trump telling reporters earlier today,
He didn't do anything wrong. Two people ran into each other. And by the way, if you look at that game, there were 10 instances where it was much rougher than that.
The president defending a call he made to the FIFA president asking for a review. The FIFA president says judicial bodies for the sport made the decision on reversing the red card independently and autonomously. Charlie Kirk's parents and widow are in the same courtroom with his accused assassin for the first time as a hearing begins on probable cause for trial.
Prosecutors are bringing several members of law enforcement to the stand in Tyler Robinson's preliminary hearing, and they will play video of an interview law enforcement conducted with Robinson's romantic partner, in which prosecutors say he shares details about Robinson's confession. Robinson's defense team plans to call witnesses to refute state evidence relating to ballistics and DNA.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. That hearing is expected to last all week. America is listening to Fox News.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-889-5566. That's 800-889-5566.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation. Weather.
No real complaints as our weather pattern takes a little bit of a shift as the north to northwest flow back into place. The summer version. Partly sunny skies, 87 for the high, but the big key, it's going to feel a little less humid. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, 68. Tuesday, sunny and 87. Wednesday, sunny and 88. Back to thunderstorms late week. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Byrne.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Air Comfort Service is celebrating 56 years of residential and commercial service, maintenance and installation, and heating and cooling systems. Get in your comfort zone. AirComfortService.com. Happy Monday, July 6th. You still live in the best country on the face of the planet. Pretty exciting to spend a weekend celebrating the semi-quincentennial. We're going to get some of your thoughts on that throughout the course of the show. But a big part of the celebration this weekend was a celebration of a lot of things for a lot of people that are happening right now in our country. And the number one thing everyone looks at, it's the economy, stupid. That's what Carville said. He's having a rough day. He's having a rough time right now. But the economy, what direction is it heading in, and how much does it affect American sentiment and being willing to be proud of their country? We're seeing gas come down, investments go up, and Trump accounts. It was a big weekend for Trump accounts. They are live. They are active. I got a notification that my 4 kids can now start depositing into their Trump accounts, and so can a whole lot of other people. Let's get to our guest. Steve Moore joins us, co-founder of the Committee for Prosperity. Steve, welcome back. Happy 4th of July Independence Day celebration. This should just go on forever and ever.
Shouldn't it? And amazing what's happened in 250 years in this country. I was there on the mall yesterday. We had it was some rain delay problems, but it was to me the highlight, by the way, Annie, was watching those F-14s and the Blue Angels and those planes swirling all over the place. I mean, you probably saw it on TV. It was just the most incredible thing. And of course, the fireworks display was one of the great fireworks displays of all time, and everybody was just in a great mood. It was a lot of Trump supporters out there, but people of all political persuasions. It saddens me, by the way. I saw a poll that came out just the other day that more Democrats have respect for the Black Lives Matter flag than the U.S. flag.
No, yeah, it's just upside down.
How pathetic is that?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that are going well in the country. There's, of course, a lot of things that have people's attention. What are your economic highlights? Like, let's take a 30,000-foot view with Steve Moore here, the economist. If you're in year 250 of the United States of America, fully embracing the free market and capitalism, with a little bit of a threat now from a few people around the country who want to bring back socialism and maybe communism, what does it mean to be an American economically at this point in time?
Well, we're the richest, most powerful country in the world. We're the one great land of opportunity, which is why immigrants from all over the world, they don't want to go to Russia, they don't want to go to China, they don't want to go to Europe or Britain or Canada or Mexico. They want to come to the United States. And we are the beacon of freedom, as Trump said. We are Reagan used to say that too, that America stands as a beacon of freedom for the rest of the world. And we are the freest, but we're also the richest country in the world. And yes, I know people are struggling. Sometimes it's hard to make ends meet, and grocery prices are high, but they're coming down very rapidly. In fact, I got a text from a friend of mine living in Texas yesterday showing that their gas price now is $2.95 a gallon. So it's coming down. It's coming down to a town near you. It'll be coming down in St. Louis, and I think we're going to see inflation down to below 2% very soon, which would be a fantastic achievement given the mess that Trump took over. How about the fact that we've cut illegal immigration to zero? The last 3 months, we've got a net zero illegal immigrants in the country. How about the fact that we've seen a record high stock market for the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Dow Jones? The vast majority of Americans have money in the stock market. That's where they put their savings. We're beating China. We're beating Europe. We're beating virtually every other country in that regard. So I think there's so much to feel so thankful for in this country. And I think the best is yet to come. I think the rest of 2026 is going to be an amazing year. And then heading into, the last 2 years of Trump's presidency, this is a pro-business president, wants to create jobs, wants to put America first.
We're speaking with the co-founder of the Committee for Prosperity, Steve Moore. I don't know if we've talked in depth about this, and we know got you for just another few minutes. But the Trump accounts became available. I've signed all 4 of my kids up, and I'm kind of curious about this because some people do criticize that this is a government program; it's a handout. And we've also seen a lot of private sector participation in seeding these Trump accounts. So a little bit of a government program partnered with the private sector. What is your take on Donald Trump's efforts here with the Trump accounts for our nation's kids?
Well, I like this idea a lot, and I think the idea that of making every young person in America, allowing them to own a piece of the rock, to own America, to own, Tesla, to own IBM, to own Microsoft, to own the great companies in America, from Google to Apple, is a great thing, and that leads to a shared prosperity for everyone. So I want to do a shout out to Michael Dell, who was highlighted by Trump this morning. He and his wife have donated $2 billion, $2 billion, Annie, to put money into these accounts of underprivileged children who might come from low income households. This is a great way to make sure that every American is invested in America. And boy, 20 years from now, these kids are going to be very happy that Donald Trump put that money in their accounts.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I was excited to see all of that take place. And honestly, too, you've seen some government programs roll out that are just an absolute mess to participate in. I don't know if you've seen the interface for the Trump accounts, but when I signed my kids up for these, the process is so easy. It's so simple and smooth. What does the Trump administration understand about rolling these types of things out and understanding the accessibility and the usability of them?
It's all about sharing health. We got 9 kids out children, so there's no reason not to. And I've done that for my grandkids, so everybody should do it. All right, Eddie, I got to run off, but I hope you have a great post-4th of July celebration. Let's all continue to celebrate this great country throughout the rest of the year.
That's right. Thank you so much, Steve Moore. It's great to be with you and to celebrate along with you. A lot of economic excellence to celebrate, even in some instances, some excellence that maybe we are in pursuit of right now, which is kind of the whole point, is that we can pursue all of these types of things in a way that doesn't guarantee, I always hear Steve Moore, or maybe we'll do stories on the economy. We'll have some Fox Business guests on. And there's always that phrase, like, I know some people are still struggling. Well, I don't think this is a huge, important distinction that needs to be made when you live in a capitalistic society compared to some of the other places that have dabbled in a little bit more socialist leanings and tendencies. But when people say, I know that there are still people struggling, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way to guarantee that nobody struggles. Honestly, the only thing that you can guarantee is that everybody struggles the same, which usually means everybody struggles more. The prosperity that exists in this country that is created by the people of the country, not the government of the country. The prosperity that exists here, the excellence, the economic wealth that is created by the United States of America is allowing families like the Dell family to say, here's $2 billion that would be better served in the investment accounts of children across this country rather than in the coffers of the Dell family, because guess what? They got a lot of money still. It's not like they gave up their entire nest egg and they're not going to be doing okay. Honestly, too, the Dell family is going to benefit as well when more people become investors and more people can reinvest back into American companies, ones that they believe are going to be successful, ones that have a public stake, a public say in those investments and in the future and the success and the growth of those companies. This makes participants of the most innocent among us and most affected among us in the long term. This puts them in the game. Just a few things here on the Trump accounts. Ryan, I know that I keep sending you things because I am trying to bully you into signing your children up for Trump accounts.
It's working.
Did you?
No. But I have it pulled up on my computer at home. I just haven't pulled up my kids' social security numbers enough to do it.
Is your wife at home?
I don't know.
I want to prove a point, and I haven't asked you about this, so you can tell me no, it's not possible. But I want to prove a point about how easy it is to sign up for Trump accounts.
Oh, it looks easy. There were 3 things I needed. One of them was my kid's social security.
Which is you don't just have that scratch.
I don't just have it.
But you think you could do it by the end of the show?
Not without that.
Call your wife.
I asked her this weekend, and she's like, no, it's in your safe deposit box. I'm like, oh, I got to go get it. So I got to go get it.
I just pulled up an old tax return because my tax papers have them.
Oh.
Can you do it by the end of the show?
I don't know. Because I don't know if she's home.
Well,
if she is,
let's
then maybe.
just make an attempt.
Okay.
I'll text her.
Okay, that's
Can
fair.
you please send me your children's social security numbers?
That's fine. Yeah,
I have some
I'm fine with
business
that.
to attend to.
Yeah, she'll understand.
It's so easy. And Ryan, there are so many people who are like, just these babies get this. They get the $1,000, but there's a lot of opportunity that exists that we don't even know necessarily what each child could benefit from. I saw in Texas, who is it? The president of SpaceX. I'm speaking off the top of my head in an article that I read hours ago. I'm pretty sure it's the president of SpaceX was giving SpaceX shares of hers, I think, to kids, and I think the age frame was from 11 to 17. So they basically were saying, hey, there's some kids here who need a piece of the pie, and it's the public is funding $1,000 into each Trump baby account. And then you've got the Dell family who's saying, if the town that you live in, if the zip code that you live in, the median household income is below, it's either $250,000 or $200,000. That's a very, very, very high median house income, which means it's like 90+% of families qualify for this. Up to 10 years old, you get $250. Just put that in a table a chart where you can see what is, if you just open the account so that Dell can put in $250, it's for the first 25 million kids or something that are signed up. There are 6 million kids signed up right now. So get on it and open it up. And maybe if like it doesn't cost you anything to open it up, you don't have to do anything. It literally can be done in 5 minutes. You just need to have that account open, because if Boeing says, you know what, for the people within a 100-mile radius of our facilities here in St. Louis, we're going to put Boeing stock in your account. You have to have the account open, folks. You have to have it there. It's not just, do not think narrowly about having to be a 25 through 28 baby that gets the $1,000. You have to have this sucker open. And I'm telling you right now, I've done it myself. I did it immediately. I'm telling you, you have to sign your children or your grandchildren up for this. If they're minors, they need to have one. It's so simple to do. And I'm begging you to do it, because there's going to be a separation between kids who signed up for this in 10 years, 20 years, 40 years. There are going to be people who are left out of this program because their kids or their grandkids didn't get put in the system. Not because the government left them out, but because their parents left them out or they didn't know. So the only thing I can help with here, I can't help you get past the idea that you're signing up for a, air quotes, Trump account. I can't help you get past that. That's going to have to be a you thing. But if you don't know about it, and I have a platform here to tell people about it, I'm screaming this from the mountaintops. Sign your kids up. Stop what you're doing right now. Do it right now so that you don't put it off. It's going to go so fast. It's going to be so easy. Then forget about it. And then maybe you'll find out that you had $250 from Dell coming in there. Maybe you have some SpaceX stock that gets stuck in. Imagine that. Imagine being in on the ground floor of SpaceX because mom and dad or grandma and grandpa signed this thing up. It just got put in there. What happens next?
So you're saying that some big company in Illinois could just be like every
we
kid
don't have
in
any
Illinois,
of those
like
left.
a Caterpillar, for instance,
or
Tyson Foods, or
John
something.
Deere.
John Deere,
Yeah.
might go. Yeah, we're gonna give this to all the residents
Maybe
of
Overweiss.
Illinois. Oh, maybe.
Maybe we should go to break.
Maybe McDonald's corporate.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
What
Because
is
they're
that?
still barely in
St.
Chicago.
Charles, Illinois, or something like that. Not St. Charles. What is it? Overland Park,
Yeah.
I think, is where the Mac Daddy McDonald's is.
Yeah.
Guys, we have a commercial break right now. Don't go anywhere. Sign your kids up for Trump accounts, then come back on the other side and tell me that you've done it. It's trumpaccounts.gov. Download the Trump Accounts app. I get nothing for this other than the satisfaction of knowing that your kid and grandkid is going to benefit. We'll be back in a minute. AirComfortService.com. How's your AC doing? Man, you are putting it to the test here in the St. Louis area here in the last week or so. Is it going to cool down a little bit? I haven't even looked at what the weather is going to be like here in the future, but it's been steamy, so to speak. Your comfort zone in your house, that's like your sacred place. You need to go in and go, oh, thank God I'm home. Thank God I had Air Comfort Service put in that new HVAC system in my house so that my comfort zone is reliable. And folks, if it has not been keeping up because you haven't had Air Comfort Service come in and do the checks twice a year, or maybe you don't have that new AC unit from Air Comfort and Service, you can still get in on the game. Air Comfort Service at 314-513-0091 has a preferred partner plan. And this is a really smart move. For $19 a month, paying monthly, you get the 12th month free. You can enjoy regularly scheduled heating and cooling system checks. They check the entire system 2 times a year, discounts on diagnostic calls and repairs, discounts on new equipment, and you get priority service. Sign up for the preferred partner plan at Air Comfort Service at 314-513-0091. AirComfortService.com.
When you're approaching retirement, there are a lot of questions to answer. Do you have enough money to fund your income for life? How should you claim Social Security? And what's your plan for health care and long-term care? Hi, I'm Eric Robert, Director of Investments with the ClearPath Wealth Management Group at Stifel and host of On the Money Saturday mornings at 11 on 97.1 FM Talk. Don't leave your retirement to chance. It's crucial to understand and address relevant risks before you retire. Our team can help you get organized, guide you through critical retirement decisions, and create an investment portfolio designed around your needs. To schedule your free retirement plan consultation, go to clearpathinvesting.com. That's clearpathinvesting.com. Or call us at 636-695-2650. That's clearpathinvesting.com or 636-695-2650. Stifel Nicholas and Company Incorporated, member SIPC and NYSE.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
The Annie Frey Show is St. Louis conservative.
So my husband and daughters are on a road trip right now that I am not on. My son is not on. Mom stayed home for baseball.
Just the 3 girls and dad?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Long road trip. The windshield cracked.
Why?
Well, all right, Jensen, here's the price of admission. She feels terrible about this. She had her feet up. And okay, don't come at me about feet on the dashboard. Just, I get it.
On long road trips.
Just don't come at me. I get it. She got her foot stuck between the windshield, and she went to pull her foot back, and the windshield cracked.
Oh, man. That seems, like, weak.
I haven't been, she's probably listening, hi, on the YouTube on the way there, because if you watch and subscribe to us on YouTube, you can take us with you anywhere you go, also on the Odyssey app for now. So, it cracked. She didn't do anything wrong. It was an accident. On her way to vacation to visit some family, and so she's super bummed. And I told her, don't worry about it. I actually think maybe she did us a favor, because if there was some sort of integrity issue on the windshield, now we're going to get it repaired. Okay. So I'm looking on Safe Light Repair, or I'm supposed to do the jingle. Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. Mm-hmm. What a good jingle.
Oh, it absolutely works. And by the way, I had somebody not really good do my last windshield, and it sucked.
In what way does it suck?
It literally sucked air through it. Mm-hmm. You could hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am in the commercial breaks because my Trump account's already set up.
Okay.
I've moved on to the next thing, which is replacing the windshield.
Yeah.
On the car for them because they're driving. And I'm looking at safelight.com right now. And there are 3 options. We can pay with insurance, but I think that it's going to be cheaper to pay for it out of pocket than to file a claim and pay a deductible. And so we're not going to deal with that. We're just going to pay for it. It says glass service only, new replacement windshield, expert installation and recalibration, nationwide lifetime warranty, $227.85. And then the next one is standard. same thing that I just said, but you get new wiper blades.
Okay.
So it went from $227 to $245. So it's a little less than an extra $20.
That's just to fix it. That's not a full replacement of the windshield.
New replacement windshield.
Dang, that's a really good price.
I know. Well, and I put in, it asked, like, is your crack more than 6 inches?
Yeah.
It's not good. So it's a new replacement windshield. I do not get anything from Safelite, but if they wanted to call me.
No kidding.
I would take your call. But, so this is what we're dealing with right now. And this is the way windshield repair goes. You don't know anything about it, and then boom, you need a new windshield. So the standard one is what I said first. For extra $20, you get new wiper blades. And then the premium service is everything I said and a rain repel treatment, and it's $1 cheaper than the standard one. I don't think you're labeling these correctly. It says special, say $50. But
I think I'd grab a screenshot of that. Make sure
I
that's not a
right
problem.
now. I'd be like, no.
This is what it said.
No, you said. I was
You're
going
gonna
to
be like,
save
no.
$1 to go premium over standard. Any advice other than don't do a sucky repair job?
I would say do that ASAP because I didn't know you could get those that cheap. I did one 3 years ago to one of my cars, and I went to just kind of a crappy garage that I was told, hey, they did a really good job. They may not look good, but they do a great job.
What? It doesn't look good.
Well, the garage itself. I mean, it just looked like a junk shop.
Wait, not the windshield.
Not the windshield.
I'm like, it seems like you either do it or you
But
don't.
yeah, they put it on.
They put flowers
They put it
and
on
glitter.
perpendicular instead of parallel.
Half price.
Yeah,
Half the coverage.
They put it on the wrong size, but it looks okay. No, it was just kind of a junk shop, but the guy told me, no, they do a fantastic job. And he's like, I just did one last year. They're great. They're super cheap. Okay, so I went there, and they did so bad that I had to go back 3 times to get them to try to fix it. And they just got it to where it was like functional. And I went back to that guy who told me that, and I said, hey, what's the deal? This place sucked. And he goes, oh, let me call. He found out. He's like, oh, the guy that used to work there died.
Oh, no.
Like the guy who was the guy.
The guy, yeah.
That guy died. And so I went there, and nobody knew how to do it, and I didn't know that. Like they were just doing it randomly. So that sucked, man. It was a horrible experience.
Wasn't Safelite.
No, it wasn't Safelite. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know why we're talking about. Safelite doesn't sponsor the show or anything, but I do wish I would have gone with somebody like that.
This is why branding matters, because we need a windshield, and I know that Safelite repairs and Safelite replaces.
Plus, they'll fix it. I mean, like a company like that.
I'm looking right now. First of all,
who has that reputation, they'll fix it if they do it wrong.
I just ran some Capital One promo codes on it.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, save $15. So it's
you
down
saved 15 off of those prices you gave me?
Yeah, it's at $231 now.
I think I'd lock that in.
Locking it in, Bob.
Lock that in.
And then it's, this is the thing that I understand about Safelite, or maybe other places do this. And I would be fielding requests for people to replace the windshield right now, but they're currently in Georgia. So we're not going to make it back to Florida with this. We need to replace it down there. Mobile shop comes to you, or you come to our store. That's great too. They can do it in the parking lot.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think I had my a long time ago when this radio station was owned by Emmis and we were at Union Station. I think I had my windshield replaced in the parking lot while I was at work.
Well, the way it usually happens, or at least any time I've ever had it happen, is it starts with this little bitty nick.
Yeah.
And it grows and grows and grows and grows. So you don't really need to do anything right away.
No, this was not that.
Yeah.
This was a spidered.
Wow.
Sorry, Denson. It's okay though. I told her you're on she wants to pay for it. I'm
is
like,
it making noise?
No. Jared
That's
says
good.
he goes, I can't hear anything and you can't feel anything.
Okay.
But they're like 2 hours from the destination. So
get there
safe.
Just get there.
Yeah.
And then get it. You could probably come home with it that way.
No.
I might push it.
Because I'm going to fly to Florida.
Oh, okay.
This week, and then I'm going to drive back, and no. That's right. It'd be right in front of where I sit. No, absolutely not. If it's going to have to be replaced, just replace the sucker and don't worry about it.
But then you're taking time for your vacation, though.
not my vacation. They're going to
Not
do it before I
theirs.
get there. And I mean, they're going to visit family. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law live down there. So I told them, I'm like, you're a teacher and the kids are off school. Go spend some time with your family. I mean, Matthew, his brother, is like his best bud, but they don't live next to each other anymore. I'm like, go. And I kept Charlie back because he's got some baseball that he needs to play before he goes down. And I kind of selfishly didn't want to be by myself. I'll talk a little bit more about being home alone last night, almost alone. I got to talk about it.
Is that the brother that saw me at SeaWorld?
Yes.
Is it?
We can talk about that as well.
Okay.
Let's talk to hopefully future Senator Michele Tafoya. She is a candidate for Minnesota Senator, and we're going to talk about that transgender ruling from the Supreme Court last week with Michele Tafoya. And more next. Don't go away. HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com, 314-271-9900. Maybe it's not a crack in your windshield. Maybe it's a crack in your basement wall and it's got water coming in. If there's water coming in that car right now, man, I'd be like, call Matt Hayes and see what he thinks. You have to trust the people who come in to fix the basement waterproofing situation that you're dealing with, because it's a really big investment. It's not an investment in Home Shield Foundation Repair. It's an investment in the foundation of your home. You cannot go with, the cheapest or the easiest to get or whatever. You want somebody like Matt Hayes, who built this business from the ground up because he had the skills and he had the great team to make a foundation repair company really successful here. And I think that if you go look at the reviews online for Home Shield Foundation Repair, and ultimately, if you call 314-271-9900, 314-271-9900, and invite Matt Hayes to your home, he's going to explain to you what you need to get done, and you're going to say, I trust this guy. And that's what really matters when you're investing in your home the way you need to get it waterproofed in the basement once and for all. 314-271-9900. Online at HomeshieldFoundationRepairs.com.
The YouTube live chat poll today is, will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Will you follow it closely? Yes. Or will you follow just the highlights? That's also a yes. Or is it a no? There are three options. Let us know which one you will select. Will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? It is 1:32. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
$98 AC tune-up.
250 years of capitalism, private ownership, and rugged individualism. America 250 on 97.1 FM Talk. Sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
Welcome back to the Annie Frey Show. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend celebrating this incredible country. And the thing that's the greatest about celebrating a country like the United States is that our past is incredible, but our hope in the future is even more incredible. So hopefully you felt joy all weekend, and let's just keep that energy up and keep it going. Let's bring on our next guest, candidate for Minnesota Senator, United States Senator Michele Tafoya. Michele, thank you for being with us here today. It's so great to have you back on the show.
Always good to talk with you. Thanks for having me.
Of course. I want to give you the opportunity to tell us, how did you celebrate Independence Day? How are you continuing to celebrate the semi-quincentennial?
I tell you what, I don't want it to end. We marched in parades all weekend. I covered 3 different areas of Minnesota, walking in parades, watching all the people celebrating, interacting with voters and concerned citizens of Minnesota who have a lot to be concerned about, given the Democrat trifecta we've had here, sort of the one-party rule that has really hurt our state. So we were interacting with those people. But I will tell you that I was home in time to watch a lot of the goings-on all over the country, just that was televised, and it was inspiring. And I don't get on social media a lot these days, but I decided to go look, and just seeing some of the former players I used to cover in the NFL just cheering on the USA, it was great to see. It seemed like people really were in the spirit of things.
Yeah, and this is in the midst of a lot of big stories developing in our country. Last week, of course, with Supreme Court rulings, we saw quite a few things that were defining for our country. One of them is that those states that have ruled that boys can't play in girls' sports, the Supreme Court said, yeah, those are good laws. Unfortunately, though, Michele, I live in the state of Illinois. In Illinois, girls don't have those rights right now. I wondered your thoughts as somebody who's been so closely attached to athletics and sports and a defender of girls who play. What were your thoughts on the ruling last week?
Well, I think we were all thrilled and it felt like a victory. But you're right. There are still a number of states, yours included, and Minnesota included, that allow for boys to compete against girls. And this is so... there's so many, I've talked about this so much, Annie, and you know this, that this is just so not right. We have Title IX for a reason. Women first fought for the vote. Then they fought to say, hey, can we have equal opportunities for sports here in our schools? And now you're seeing that opportunity getting shaved away at by boys who want to compete on these teams. And it's just absolutely wrong. There's no other way to say it. It's unfair. It's unsafe. It's wrong. And so there are still a number of states that need to be challenged. The good news is there is precedent now that was set down by that Supreme Court ruling, and the states like Illinois, like Minnesota, who are going to get sued. Trust me, they're going to get sued, and they're not going to be able to hide behind their own laws anymore, because the Supreme Court laid this down and said a very clear signal. So I think it's a matter of time. But you know what? We need to stand up for these girls. Where have the adults in the room been?
Yeah, amen to that. Men and women alike. This isn't an issue that is, gendered in who should defend these girls who want to compete fairly.
No,
everybody should stand up.
Correct. And I've actually been disappointed by a number of women's groups, professional athletes, both male and female, who have stayed out of this. It just didn't want to risk their brand or whatever the case may be. Come on now. Let's remember how you got started, Megan Rapinoe. Let's remember what happened when you played a boys' high school team, Megan Rapinoe. It's just not a fair fight. And so, it's been really disappointing, and I have applauded people like Martina Navratilova and others who have stood up and said, come on, let's not be silly here.
Yeah. Michele Tafoya is speaking with us right now. My understanding is that the Save America Act addresses some of these issues, and you going into the United States Senate would potentially have influence, if something like this were to come up after you were elected and taken your seat in the United States Senate on behalf of Minnesotans. How do you feel about the Save America Act and maybe some federal legislation that actually does protect all girls in all 50 states?
I think it's appropriate. I mean, look, we give a lot of states have sovereignty. They have a lot of their own power to make their own rules about things, their own laws. But this one is so universal. At the same time, I don't know that we're going to need it, because my hope is that all of these states get challenged. But I would support it as a senator. I would support federal law making this a nationwide issue. And similarly with just voting. Listen, we produce our ID for so many things, our proof of citizenship for so many things. The only people who should be voting in our elections are American citizens. That is not just isolated to the United States of America. That is true in every country. I don't get to go visit Paris and then vote in the French elections. and look, so this is so simple and so basic. And again, it's one of those 80-20, if not 90-10 issues that I think everyone agrees with. If you ask them the raw question, do you think you should have to present ID when you vote? And do you think only American citizens should be able to vote in our elections? It's hard for anyone to see how you could answer anything, but yeah, you should have to present an ID. What is wrong with that?
Exactly.
So this is really basic stuff, and yet the opposition will try to make you think that somehow someone is getting oppressed or being forbidden to vote by this. It's absolutely untrue.
Yeah, make common sense common again. Quickly before we let you go, Michele Tafoya with us right now. You're running for the retiring Democratic Senator Tina Smith's seat. It's the seat that belongs to the Minnesota constituents there. How's the campaign going, and how can people here in the St. Louis greater area support you?
You know what? It's so nice of you to ask that. It's going really well, and we are moving right along. Our primary is August 11th. We will take donations as small as you want to give to as large as you are legally able to give at MicheleTafoya.com, Michele. So there's one L in Michelle, but even if you spell it wrong, you'll probably get there. Tafoya, Tafoya, MicheleTafoya.com. You can follow us on all our socials and get redirected there, but we would love to have any and all support. This is common sense versus crazy time in America. And if we don't get common sense into the Senate, and hold on to that Senate, by the way, folks, we need to keep a Republican hold on that Senate for all of the good things that have happened to stay in place and to prevent some irrational stuff from happening. That's why I'm stepping forward. That's why I'm doing this. It is a sacrifice worth making, and I'm committed to getting there. So we'll take all the help we can get, Annie, and I so appreciate you giving me that opportunity to say so.
100%. It would be such a pleasure to watch you take that Senate seat in Minnesota. As an Illinoisan who has very little hope for our senators here, Missouri's doing just fine in the Senate department. We'd love to see Minnesota make a common sense decision and choose better this coming election. Michele Tafoya, thank you for the time today. It's an honor to have you with us.
Oh, it's always good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye. Michele Tafoya running for the Minnesota Senate seat that's currently held by a Democrat. Should she win the primary for the Republicans and take that seat, that's a flip. That would be an enormous flip. And everybody, I think Minnesota, whatever known quantities came in from prior elections, I would say Minnesota right now has got a lot of unknown quantities that could affect what happens in this November election.
Yeah, Minnesota of all the states. Although Minnesota is weird because it always looks like a swing state, and then you're like, oh, maybe he didn't quite get there. But right now there's so many controversies and fraud and all this corruption going on in Minnesota that I think she's got a better chance than usual.
I don't know how much these elections are turnout. I mean, it's a primary, so first and foremost, she's got to win the primary. I'm looking at polls right now on Real Clear Polling, and she is nominating. Is that right? Am I looking at that right? I have to look at this a little bit more. But she seems to be doing well based on some of the headlines that I saw on surface level. I just think to myself that I guess she's down to the Democrat. That's what it is. They're basically assuming that she's going to win the primary.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that I've seen in the primary, she's like a 50-point lead.
Yeah, she's like a foregone conclusion.
Yes. But in Minnesota, if I'm looking at Real Clear Polling right now, this says the date of the poll was February. So forget, I can't, so I can't, people will say in the last poll, blah, 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 blah. I just think that Minnesota is one of those things where whatever is happening nationally will motivate people in a statewide election in a state specific to Minnesota where all eyes on fraud, and it seems like it's all rooted out of Minnesota. I don't think all the fraud starts in Minnesota, but that seems to be ground zero. It's almost like Minnesota was the laziest at the way they committed fraud.
Yeah.
It was like the easiest. Then Tim Walz is like, I'm here to save the day as vice president. And everyone's like, oh, really? Let's take a little look-see into Minnesota. And people are like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I have no idea.
Yeah, and he's like, also, I don't think I should run anymore. Whoops.
That's how a bit of a nincompoop.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated at the last 20 years of politics. In the wake of Barack Obama doing what I think only Barack Obama could do. I think that he was as successful as he was because of him being Barack Obama. Just like Donald Trump. Like, you could come in and have all the same policies as Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is the thing that's getting that across the finish line for people. He continues to get everyone's attention. We talked at the beginning of the show how people are just what's the percentage you put on it? 30% of people think Joe Biden did great at that debate.
Right in there.
So 30% of those people out there are looking at America's 250th and they're disgusted by it because they think it's about Trump, made it about him. I mean, that only gets to happen if you let it. If Kamala Harris were president right now, we'd be seeing Ole Miss fraternity pro-America stuff, but it would be counter to the culture that has been established by the mainstream, which is what's in the White House. I think the leftists are just, I don't even want to say leftists because I know so many Democrats who love this country to death. It's the voices in the party, the people who have made maybe a life out of politics and relying so heavily on the entertainment value of the person who's in the White House. They're so easily wrapped up in Donald Trump first. It's Donald Trump and then everything else. And they just can't ever, all you got to do, I mean, you could take a step to the right, you could take a step to the left, and then just walk around it and continue to live your life in the United States of America like you get to do. But they can't do it. They're like, he needs to move. And I'm like, again, second time today, honey, that ain't happening. But you do have the choice to do it. You can move around him and move forward. Leave him in the dust. Think about what comes next. They can't.
Especially with something like America 250. If it's a policy you don't like, I still see abolish ICE signs.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, I think right next to that, I want to make sure.
You came into Wiggins America today with Ice Ice Baby. Just want to make a point.
I want the sign right next door to say, yes, definitely abolish all immigrations enforcement. That's what you're saying.
Let me put a finer point on it.
But my point being that I just don't. There are, like you said, 30 to 35% of the country that will not get on board with anything, regardless of whether it's good or not. And America 250 is the easiest thing to get on board with. It is the easiest thing to also just ignore. If you don't like America, you don't have to get mad at this. You could just kind of not participate. But there are people who are getting upset about it and like making fun of Trump and being like, oh, look at your crowd today. It wasn't very good because it was raining. And they're glad. Like, what is wrong with you? Just enjoy for a minute.
Yeah, they're sick. I mean, I think what we would be doing if our guy wasn't the president is we would be America-ing harder.
Yeah.
More publicly. Give it a shot. I'd hate to tell you, see how good it feels on the inside and the outside. All right, let's take a break. The YouTube poll, let's read some more comments from the YouTube text line, or the Annie Frey Show text line, the YouTube chat. Will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Yes, closely. Yes, the highlights are no. Your reaction when we come back. Don't go away.
We're here to celebrate America's 250th birthday in 2026. This is 97.1 FM Talk. America 250 is sponsored by Paramount Men's Medical Center.
When it comes to selling your home, the agent you choose matters more than anything. Hey, it's Mark Cox. I'm with my friend and trusted realtor, Gloria Liu, Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Gloria, what should sellers really be looking for in an agent?
Thank you. You're going to select a realtor with a proven system. Someone who knows how to price your home right, create strong demand, negotiate for top dollar, and guarantee results. I see it all the time. Last year, hundreds of homes in St. Louis came off the market unsold and needed multiple price reductions. That's what happens when the right strategy isn't in place. I do things differently. My focus is to help you sell for the most money possible, not just to list your home and hope it sells. Plus, I even guarantee to sell your home for 100% market value, or I'll pay you the difference.
Make sure you choose the right agent the first time. Call the one I trust, Gloria Liu, 314-325-6888, or visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. That's GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession.
License number GL250000615.
Hey, Dad, what causes drains to clog?
Grease, hair, soap scum, and tree roots.
Tree roots?
This town has old pipes and big trees. They find each other.
They grow inside pipes?
They bust into pipes.
Whoa.
Once they're in, the water stops flowing.
Can we fix it?
The big green grasser machine can fix any clog.
Green is always grasser at grasserhomeservices.com.
Listen up. If you have not paid self-employment, business, or individual taxes in years, the IRS will find you. Hi, this is Lance Story with the Lance Story Law Firm. I offer real solutions. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Story, today and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights, including your right to appeal or even your right to take the IRS to tax court. At the Lance Story Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Story Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120 or visit LanceDruryLaw.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
This is the Annie Frey Show on 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
Okay, I have an update on Windshield Gate.
All right.
There's a very small fine print next to my $200 and whatever dollars that says 4 payments of.
Okay, I was going to say that is too good of a price.
I don't pay anything in installments like that.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that they should be putting out there that, like, there should be an option where it's like, do you want to pay this all at once, but like to default in 4 payments of? Because I got the end, I was booking the appointment.
Yeah, that's devious.
And at the end, it's like, it's going to be $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the commenters in our live chat were saying,
cow.
hey, no, they were saying, hang on, before you book that, make sure that you know everything that you're booking, because when they get out there, sometimes they'll change things on you. And they'll go, oh, wait, this was actually an R52. We thought it was an R51. That's going to be an extra $500.
Well, it had me put in, like, specific to my vehicle information so that it could make sure it had the right thing. So now I got to figure out, maybe I'm going to find one of those shops that you used the first time and put it on sideways.
It was still worse.
Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not using SafeLight right now, but I'm going to have to shop a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that place that I got, and this was 2021, so, inflation hadn't really hit yet. It was $300 or $350 to get that replaced.
Well, that's what I was thinking I would pay because, our deductible is $500, and we have coverage on our insurance that would replace it, but our deductible is $500. So I feel like I'm in for $500 no matter what I do.
Well, I'd use it now because you're going to pay double that if you don't.
But I'm going to have to open a claim on my insurance, which we don't have any claims on my insurance, and I don't want to do. In the long term, I've done it
for a windshield before. It didn't really affect much.
Well, on advice of our insurance agent, it was look and see what you can do because it might be smarter to.
Gosh, doesn't that make you mad? Like,
Yeah.
Why do I have insurance?
Yeah. Yeah. Here, pay for this because you can't legally drive without it, but I wouldn't use it.
Yeah, don't you dare use this thing, though. It's going to cost you.
So we'll end up seeing what we end up. I don't know. Like I said, we need a new windshield, so we're in the position where this is going to have to get done. But it was not the $230 that I was boasting. I feel bad for anybody who was listening who was like, I'm going to call Safe Flight right now and get my windshield fixed. Do or don't. Again, we get nothing for this, but we are going to shop around now and see how that compares to other places in Florida that we're going to have to look into. I'm going to ask Grok what to do here.
Drive it back. I got a great shop for you in Cahokia.
Oh, well, I mean, I'll go anywhere if they'll give me a good, fair price and do good work.
You'll have to go back there 4 or 5 times.
Dang it. Oh, crap. I got people texting me stuff.
You're living life right now. On the air. It's happening.
So I said my husband and my daughters are on a road trip that my son and I are not on. And they left yesterday after church and Sunday school, driving to Florida to go visit my brother-in-law. And, oh my gosh. First of all, I have so much mental stress on them driving down there.
Why?
Because, one, my husband and I don't do things apart from each other very often. We certainly have never done a super long road trip. I get it. There are a lot of memes about this, including the Sophie Cunningham meme of her pointing, and the caption on it was, "My wife, when she sees brake lights 3 miles in the distance." Brake! You know how it is.
Oh, I know.
Or the...
That's the problem.
I've never done
The pointing isn't an issue. It's the gasp.
Because then you literally are scared and may put your family in peril out of reaction.
And then you slam on your brakes.
She can't help it. Wouldn't it just be more helpful if she had brakes on her side too?
Wouldn't it be more helpful if she just wore a blindfold?
If she were asleep? No. So if you're going to go on a long road trip, it is helpful to have a person, an adult, there in the passenger seat with you to conversate, to DJ, to check alternate routes when the map says, you've got stuff. It just helps. And I take very seriously my responsibility of side seat companion on long road trips just to make sure that he's fine. We are perfectly paired for long road trips because he is Mr. Get up in the morning and let's go. It's going to be great, which is not what I am. And I'm like, yeah, I'll drive through the mountains at 3 a.m. I can do that. Totally fine with that. So we can make long road trips and tag team in that way. And our 2 older kids are old enough now that they could sit in the front. And if one of us, like if he's driving all day, he can go sit in the back and he'll fall asleep. I can't really sleep in the car. But so anyway, so all this to say is my son and I are home. My son is 16. He does not need me to care for him. So they left. I think I had kind of a mental crash when they left, being so tired from trying to get everything ready and packed in the car along with them and everything. And a lot of worry about them going on this drive. I laid down and I just crashed on the couch. I was so sleepy. And I woke up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And I just was like, what is it that I do now? Nobody was asking me for things. I wasn't chasing people around the house. And I've got this for another couple evenings. My son's got a lot of plans to do things on his own. I don't know what to do. You got suggestions?
Go to like Topgolf or something.
I said to him, maybe we'll go to Park North in Edwardsville.
Yeah,
bring friends. Text us on the text line and tell me what I should do with my free time. I don't know how to do this.
Your home is your sanctuary. Get the peace of mind you deserve with a free estimate on a Generac home standby generator from Generator Supercenter. They're the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer. With expert installation and 24-hour monitoring, Generator Supercenter won't leave you in the dark. Financing is available. Take control of your power today with Generator Supercenter of St. Louis. Call 314-499-2020. That's 499-2020 or GeneratorSuperCenterofStLouis.com. That's GeneratorSuperCenterofStLouis.com.
Hi, I'm Eric. And I'm Howard. We're the pain guys of Canner and Pintaluga. You already know after an accident to call 911 and then 411. 1-800-411-PAIN.
But you may not know behind the number is an experienced law firm with nearly 100 attorneys working hard for our clients.
Call the pain guys at 1-800-411-PAIN.
Law Offices of Cantor and Pentaluga, Kyle Conhauser, Esquire. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Offices throughout the U.S. Not all lawyers licensed in all jurisdictions.
Hi, I'm Bob Kershaw with Retirement Advisory Group.
Hi, I'm Tammy Kershaw. When we meet our clients for the first time, they have built up a lifetime of savings. Their question is, what can we do with this money so we can live comfortably the rest of our lives? First, we develop a strategy to protect your nest egg from any market losses. Then we build your own personalized structured income plan that will generate you an income the rest of your life. We put you in control of your money.
You've earned it, and it's our job to make sure you enjoy it. Let our team show you how you can have the retirement of your dreams. Call us now at 314-993-9494 for a no-cost, no-obligation retirement review. You will also get a copy of our latest edition book, Your Key to a Worry-Free Retirement. We've been helping retirees and pre-retirees retire with confidence for 40 years. Call us now at 314-993-9494 or go online at retirementkey.com. That's retirementkey.com.
If you hate to paint, do what your neighbor Mr. Rob Miller from Harvesttown Auto Body in St. Peter's did. He called Rhino Shield. Rob, what was the thought process for going with Rhino Shield as a business owner?
My family's business is over 10,000 square feet, and it did not have the curb appeal I wanted.
Rob, tell everyone how the experience was with Rhino Shield from start to finish.
The process that I liked was when you came out, you gave me all of these options that would fit my building. Our building was really faded. I don't want to have to paint my building again. 25 years is a long time to not have to worry about the outside maintenance of your building as far as paint. That's a no-brainer. That's why Rhino Shield worked for me.
Are your neighbors jealous?
I would be if I was them.
Thanks, Rob. Now it's time to call 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. Genius.
No pain, don't Rhino. Go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
KFTK FM Florissant.
An Odyssey station.
A red card reversal stands. On Lisa Brady, Fox News. Soccer's world governing body FIFA says Belgium's appeal of the reversal is ruled inadmissible because they weren't involved in the initial call last week during a game with Bosnia. So a star U.S. player, Flo Balogun, will be eligible for tonight's game against Belgium. This as President Trump faces questions about his phone call to the FIFA president asking for the red card to be reviewed.
I think the referee's call was horrible. And nobody talks about that. They talk about the red card like it's fine. Nobody talks. The referee's decision to red card. I didn't know what the hell a red card was. When I found out, I said, you got to be kidding.
But insisting he only requested a review and that it was FIFA's decision. The FIFA president says independent judicial bodies make these decisions. Belgium's soccer federation telling the U.S. federation it will contest Balogun's eligibility if he's listed for play tonight. A police officer is the first witness called by prosecutors at a hearing on probable cause to send Charlie Kirk's accused assassin to trial in Utah.
Officer Chris Bagley testified after Charlie Kirk was killed at Utah Valley University. He believed he heard gunfire from a rifle, and this prompted him to investigate the top of a campus building in the direct line of sight called the Losi Center. He said he saw disturbed gravel where it appeared someone had been lying down on the roof.
I asked dispatch to get on the camera system and to see if anybody was on top of the Losi building during the time of the incident. Dispatch came back and advised me that there was a male individual on top of the roof that was there at the time of the shooting.
In their efforts this week to convince the judge to move forward with trial for Tyler Robinson, the prosecution plans to play video of a police interview with Robinson's romantic partner.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. A Texas law requiring age verification and parental consent for minors to download certain apps will stand for now. The U.S. Supreme Court just rejecting an emergency appeal to block enforcement. America is listening to Fox News.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-889-5566. That's 800-889-5566.
Air Comfort Service, heating, cooling, and insulation, weather.
No real complaints as our weather pattern takes a little bit of a shift as the north to northwest flow back into place. The summer version. Partly sunny skies, 87 for the high, but the big key, it's going to feel a little less humid. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, 68. Tuesday, sunny and 87. Wednesday, sunny and 88. Back to thunderstorms late week. This is 97.1 FM Talk. Chief Meteorologist Dave Byrne.
The Annie Frey Show is sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Time to schedule your air conditioner service. Get not just your AC, but your entire HVAC system checked for $19 a month with the Preferred Partner Plan. And be ready for the first heat wave. AirComfortService.com.
Do you guys use artificial intelligence with regularity all the time? Not at all, only in an instant? Like, how do you?
In rare circumstances. I would say I use it most often like a deluxe Google, where I'm asking it more questions, where I'm conversing with it more. But it's just about random stuff. It's not anything important.
I use it as a way to be more efficient with my time, but I do try to keep it for thinking for me.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm going to so if you're just joining us right now, thank you for listening. We're glad that you're here. My husband and daughters are on a road trip to Florida, and the windshield broke, and it needs to be replaced, fully replaced. So I did what I think everybody does if you're in this pinch and you don't have a guy that does windshield replacement, and I unfortunately can't go to somebody local here because the van that needs to have the windshield replaced is somewhere between Georgia and Florida right now. So I think it's pretty close to Florida. I went to Safelite because they're the name in the game for windshield repair. Huge national company. And when you think of windshield repair, you think of Safelite. Well, I didn't realize this when I was talking about it earlier on the show. I went through and it said it was going to be like $250. Well, it turns out that when I went and I got to the end where I had put in all of our information and everything, at the end, it's like, okay, your bill is going to be $1,018 or something. Well, I went back and looked at it, and very fine print underneath, it says $250, save $50 on premium service, blah, blah, blah. And then it says down there in fine print below it, 4 easy payments. They're not easy. That's not easy. I don't want to make things in payments.
We're getting a lot of advice on the text line.
Can you please just shower it upon me and tell me what I will say the whole reason I'm talking about artificial intelligence here is because I went to Grok and I said, here's the situation. Here's the make of the car. This is where the car is going to be. What are my options? And so it's spit a bunch of stuff out. So I'm very curious about what our people are texting us at 314-241-9797 on the Annie Frey Show text line and what artificial intelligence says.
Okay. So first of all, one person says, I pay a $50 deductible just for the windshield insurance. And then the person right afterwards, separate person, says, hey, Annie.
Say that again?
He says, I pay a $50 deductible for just the windshield. So they're suggesting your deductible for a windshield may be different than the rest of the car. And the person right afterwards said the same thing. Says, hey, Annie, are you not looking into your auto insurance if it pays for glass repair? Nearly every policy usually does with a maybe $200 deductible at the most. So suggesting that maybe there might be a difference. And I remember that from when I got it fixed once too. I don't know if it's still like that, but it was like 15 years ago that I did that. The glass deductible was less than the rest of the car.
A separate glass deductible?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Because they know that this is a fairly common thing to happen, and to have your full deductible.
I don't think we have. Well, I don't know. We just recently had to go through this whole car insurance thing because we added Charlie to it. And do you know what it costs to insure a 16-year-old child? Your actual child. You have to give them your child in order to insure it.
I don't want to know.
Well, you've got twins. So
Yeah.
I will be curious to see if you survive the heart attack that will descend upon you when they're like, oh, your insurance is going to be like $1,000 a month now. You remember me going through that whole situation. I was anyway.
Okay, more advice coming in. Many times insurance companies will not increase your insurance rates just for a windshield repair or replace. Another person says right afterwards, insurance can cancel your policy for that crap.
Shoot.
So
I've never had the windshield replaced on this Pacifica. It's had a chip in it, which has been right in front of it, right in my line of view.
Oh, it's time then.
From like we bought the car new from Cassens in Glen Carbon, and I love this van. It's paid off, so we are maintaining it, we're keeping it up, and we're driving that sucker till the cows come home. So yeah, we need to get the windshield replaced. Obviously, we're not gonna be like, oh, let's get a new car. But that chip in the window, a brand new vehicle, 6 months into owning it, and it's still there. I haven't had to replace it.
Now you do.
Yeah.
Now you do.
So I want to tell my daughter, thanks.
Yeah.
Because now that's not going to be there anymore. Although we'll probably replace it in Florida. It'll get chipped on the way home.
Another person, before I read the things about the different insurances, says, hey, crew, Annie, your comprehensive insurance for your windshield might not have any deductible if you have the right policy. It might be completely free. You really should check into that.
Well, we asked them. So they said there is no glass. We do not have.
You do not have a separate deductible for glass.
No.
Now we do have.
But I'm saying that, we have full coverage on my van. We have full coverage on my husband's car. We have liability on my son's car because he's 16. It's a 2012 vehicle. We need to make sure that we're responsible owners and operators of this vehicle. But when we were going through shopping, we didn't buy the Cadillac insurance because it was so expensive to insure 3 people, including a 16-year-old kid with good grades, I might add. So I'm thinking to myself that it's very possible that we carved out the little extra benefits like that.
That's very possible.
And I'm also saying that what I pay for this windshield, if I ended up paying the Safelite $1,000 for it, it's also very possible that what I would have had to pay to get that more premium insurance, that I will cover myself in 2 or 3 months of not having paid for it and still come out ahead because I don't have the Cadillac insurance.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you do that.
I didn't know I needed to have a separate windshield fund.
Well, it's possible, though, that things have become, in the last 15 years, like I said, that's the last time I had this done, things have become much more a la carte with insurance. Insurance in general has just gone up a lot. So it's possible that they said, well, if we take this off, we take this off.
I mean, I'm a high deductible health insurance plans person, but I do put a ton of money away. I max out my HSA every year, whatever.
Okay, we're also getting a lot of suggestions on what to do with your free time while your family is away.
Husband and daughter's gone. Son, 16-year-old son, expensive to insure son, is here with me, and he doesn't really need me to take care of him. What am I supposed to do? I don't know what to do. What do they say?
Okay, first person says, bath, wine, and a good book.
I don't really drink wine. I could take a bath.
Books?
Not really.
Whiskey.
Bath it is. No, I don't really drink.
Take a whiskey bath.
I can't afford it now because I have to replace my windshield.
Get the cheap stuff. I'm not saying you bathe in the good stuff.
Listen, if I'm drinking whiskey, I like Southern Comfort, and I have no shame in saying
and
that.
I make sure to drink stuff that people have not bathed in.
That's
next
not
one.
true. If you got it for discount.
No, I always ask. Bartender?
Have you?
You know my question. Because I always go to the same bar. Anyway, next one says, go to the casino or the east side. Just have some good fun.
Well, I want to welcome that person for listening to the show for the first time today. It's exciting to meet you. I'm thankful you're out there. You haven't listened to a lot of about me, but I don't know if I'm like a casino strip club type of girl on a free night.
You know
myself.
what? Take out the nakedness. Just go to the casino. Just go blow some money.
They meant go to the east side. Go home.
No, there's
I don't have money to blow.
Casinos on the west side now too, guys.
I'm going to have to go to the casino to get the windshield. Mama needs a new windshield.
Yeah. You got to do that. You know what? Everybody at once in their life has to go to the craps table, need money bad.
Yeah.
And saying mama needs a new fill in the blank, whatever it is
Go to
for
the
you in that
YouTube channel.
moment.
I need like a bunch of super chats. I'll take it to the casino and press my luck so I can afford safe flight.
That would be hilarious.
Don't do that, by the way. Don't do that.
This last one says, yeah, Top Golf is cool. Park North is even cooler.
Yes.
The food is really good. Get in there and be a celebrity.
What is that?
I don't know.
I go to Park North and I show up so I can be celebrated, and everyone's like, "Who are you?"
Wear your shirt, like everything about the show.
No.
You just show up and be like,
I won't
I'm
wear.
here.
I don't wear Annie Frey Show shirts in public. I
Oh.
do wear the orange one to bed, and it's so cozy.
One more suggestion of what to do with your free time.
Go be a
now, this
celebrity.
one I really like.
I don't like it.
It
already.
says, you have to understand the context of why we're asking this question is that Annie has a couple days where some of her family is away.
I have Monday night and I have Tuesday night. Wednesday night, I'm flying out
Okay.
of here
This
after the
says,
show.
read the Bible or serve your community.
Fine.
See?
Fine.
It's a good suggestion.
Fine. You know who listens to the show? People who suggest strip clubs and reading the Bible. Big tent radio show.
Mhm.
Everybody's big on the big tent. The Democrats, they're like, we have capitalists and socialists and communists. We're like strip clubs and Jesus.
Yep. Well, we're not really. We're personally not saying strip clubs and Jesus.
I like how your moral foundation couldn't let that sit.
It's like,
We found the line with Ryan Wiggins. Listen, the people who are going to strip clubs, they need Jesus as much as the people who don't. And that includes all of us. We all need Jesus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. These suggestions keep coming in. Take $20 to the casino and play Buffalo.
How do I do that? I'm going
I
to
don't
walk
know.
in. I'm going to walk in with a $20 bill and someone said something about Buffalo. Could you point me in the right direction?
Yeah, and the nice people there will say, absolutely, I'll help you. Just hold your $20 out way out in front of you.
And then
as
they
you
take
walk.
it and they're like,
Yeah.
and they yell Buffalo and they run away.
Hey, we just played
Like,
Buffalo.
we got another one.
Yep.
These people are idiots.
Last
the soccer
one.
game is tonight.
Yeah, we got to watch that. This says, I'm going to read it as written.
Oh, boy.
I don't know if I can. I think I can just say the letter F, right?
You can
It's
say
just
the letter F.
The letter F. Go to Disney World.
Working on it. Yeah. I said
Somebody's
to my
texting.
husband, I said, you guys are all off school. I get a certain amount of vacation days. And I'm going to be honest, I feel guilty when I leave you people, not you guys in here.
Nope.
The listeners.
No,
I
she
feel
doesn't feel guilty at all about
No,
leaving us.
you guys are why I have to take a vacation.
Yes.
I have to get out. And honestly, let's be honest, you need a break from me too. So
Well-
it's just a community love fest where we participate elsewhere for each other. But I'm going to take a vacation, my family vacation, and I don't know what to do beforehand. I thought preparing for it, that this would be a really exciting time. And now I'm just like John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, and I don't know what to do in the room that I walk into.
You're just referring to the meme. I don't think you've ever seen the movie.
I'm not. I have absolutely
You've seen Pulp Fiction?
Yes, I have. I
Okay.
saw it when I had my appendix out in 2017, and I watched a whole slew of movies that I had heard of. And I did not like that movie.
Were you under the influence while watching it? Do you remember the movie?
Yes and yes. I don't think I'd watch it on non-narcotics.
Fair. Last one, and this is referring to another topic we talked about early in the show about the time capsule for America 250. This is from Mike in Waterloo. He says, in 1976, we buried a time capsule outside of my elementary school in Waterloo. So that was a bicentennial. They planned on digging it up for the 250th now, but they can't find it.
Oh, no. That means somebody probably dug it up already.
I don't know. He didn't follow through. So, Mike, if you're still listening, let us know
We want to know if there's an
if they have
update.
theories on what happened to it.
Maybe it's Park North, an incredible facility. So I've heard. I've never been to it, but my kids have gone. My husband, I think, has gone. They love it, and I haven't gone. So maybe it's Park North and soccer game tonight.
Maybe. Oh, soccer game's a must. That our whole family is just on board for the World Cup now.
There's nobody in my circle who's like, I'd love to go watch this.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, my whole family's on.
I'm going to be
You
over
come over.
tonight and sit on the bed in the basement with you and participate in your ritual. Would that be the weirdest thing ever?
Well, we all sit on on the bed. So
Yeah,
we have to sit on the bed with our
like,
family.
Hey guys, USA. All right, keep sending your suggestions. Windshields and spare time and Ethan Sports and Local next on the Annie Frey Show. Don't go away. Well, if you're looking for the opportunity to invest in your home with the equity in your home, the smartest move you can make is right now. Call or text Stewie. 314-324-4440. 314-324-4440. Stewie, ready to take your phone call, ready to take your text about the bagel loan. With a cash-out refinance on your home, there's no better move than to use the bagel loan, which comes with no dollars in closing costs. So maybe you're in a position right now where you can get a lower rate than you had to pay a year, 2, 3 ago. You can lower your rate and take out some of that equity that is built in your home and fix the deck on the back of your house. That's what we did when we did our cash-out refinance with the bagel loan with Stewie. Maybe you just want to lower your rate. Maybe you need to get some cash out to pay down some credit card debt. I don't know what your circumstance is, but I do know that the solution can be found when you reach out to Stewie because he's going to help you walk through the whole thing. 314-324-4440. 314-324-4440. Google the bagel loan, NMLS number 226715.
Last year, we had 295 trials where we've been offered a total of $90 million on all those cases. When the dust settled, we had recovered over $1.1 billion in verdicts and mid-trial settlements. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. We became America's largest injury firm for a reason. We won a lot, $30 billion and counting. The best part of all those wins is that it helps you when you hire us. All those wins allow us to let the insurance company know we mean business. And believe me, they know who we are. If you've been injured, Google Morgan & Morgan results. You're not bragging if it's a fact. 3 million people tried to hire us last year alone. That happened for a reason. Visit forthepeople.com and let's get started this minute. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. Past results afford no guarantee of future results. Every case is different and must be judged on its own merits.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numb feet, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Patton, D.C. Doctor, what is neuropathy?
Peripheral neuropathy is nerve damage to the feet and legs.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
It's absolutely treatable, and we have amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, coldness in your feet or hands or balance issues, call us at Comprehensive Integrated Health today for a nerve damage screening. The screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for our cutting-edge treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, and even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Call 636-538-5188. That's 636-538-5188 for your free nerve damage screening. 636-538-5188.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Annie Frey is St. Louis conservative. This segment of the Annie Frey Show is sponsored by All Financial.
Hold up. Check it out. Sports and local.
Spittin' facts and shizzle, man.
Woo! Yeah, that's right.
What we do on the Annie Frey Show.
Are you going to start with the facts or the shizzle?
Let's do some shizzle.
A little bit of shizzle?
Yeah.
Put it together and it's a fizzle. Well, never mind.
That's terrible.
I think this is all fizzling.
It's very quickly. It took a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Annie, how was your 4th of July?
I'm going to be honest. It wasn't what I expected it to be.
No? Well, you expected it to be. You mentioned that
I wanted to go downtown.
And that did not
The
happen.
weather, The weather just made it not conducive to having kids out there. For me, for us. And the
Pretty
whole
crappy
time,
weather.
The whole time I was like, gosh, I really want to go. And I thought about going Friday night. I think, did they have a little weather delay Friday too? Maybe? I don't know.
Did they? In O'Fallon?
Not in O'Fallon.
O'Fallon.
Oh,
I'm talking about downtown St. Louis.
Oh, okay.
Pay attention, dude.
Yeah, what are you
You're the fizzle.
Ouch, man. That really hurt.
I wanted to go downtown. I wanted to see Miranda Lambert so bad. I wanted to ask her about Taylor Swift's wedding because she went to it the day before. But it was nasty all day outside. And guys, I did the thing. Did you have mothers who would go into cleaning mode?
Oh, yeah.
Ryan's yawning. Hold on a second.
Well, my grandma did. My grandma Wasser.
She was a
Wasser?
Would she shift into a new gear?
I don't know if she ever went out of cleaning mode though. I mean, she would do the lick her finger and pick up a piece of dust.
I'm just wondering. This is not necessarily more about the clean freaks. This is more when mom decides it's time to clean the house,
And then it just hits.
and then all of a sudden you're like cleaning areas of your house you didn't know existed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my mom.
I did that on Saturday. But we were getting ready
On the
for everybody
4th
to
of July?
leave. Well, we just kept watching the weather because we were thinking we
Uh-huh.
would stop and go celebrate.
We did
and
the same thing.
And it just didn't happen. And so I said to the kids, and the other thing is, sorry, Mom, I'm going to bring this up. My parents have this amazing pool, and 2 of the 3 of you in here have experienced Mom and Dad's pool. And their liner got jacked up, and so they had to replace the liner. And then the new liner came in, and this was like at the end of May.
Was it a leftist? Tore it up like the reflecting pool.
I'm just going to tell you
freaking
right
algae.
now that right there, that moment is the happiest moment my parents have had with this whole liner situation. My dad probably laughed out loud right there, so that was a gift. But when they got the liner and then they're like, ooh, the concrete is cracked here and we're afraid if we put this in, the liner will be compromised. Then they're like, we have to replace the concrete, and it still hasn't happened yet. So it's devastating. So our normal 4th of July plans didn't happen. And I go, this is a blessing because it was raining all day. We're not missing what we could have been doing.
Yeah, you could get wet just by doing that.
We just go outside. It's the same.
It's the exact same.
So the whole day it was just like we're waiting to see. And then I said to my older kids, I'm like, do we can go make a 4th of July thing happen? They're like, honestly, we'd rather just stay inside.
Ours said the same thing, and we said that to them.
What the heck?
We're going on a vacation.
You guys
We're going to see
raising
fireworks shortly.
Raising a bunch of libs over here? My goodness.
No, we're not.
Yeah, my kids said, no, I don't want to celebrate this country because I like communism. They didn't say that.
I'd say that's a little concerning.
Mine did not say that, but they did say, why don't we seize the means of production of fireworks?
Don't grow out of it, guys.
I was like, I don't think you understand how
I
this
did
works.
see the
Concerning thing for an
pictures.
11-year-old to say.
I saw the view of the arch. I saw the pictures because the thing that we had relegated ourselves to is we'll go drive to the Casino Queen and watch from the Illinois side instead of injecting ourselves into the mix. And everybody was just like, So we're going to celebrate.
So did you do anything? You just stayed inside the
we didn't
whole
leave
day?
the house. We cleaned.
Oh my goodness.
But oh my gosh, it's so clean upstairs. It's so clean upstairs. It's so exciting. Like all the areas. Like dusted the baseboards under the kids' beds are clean.
Wow.
I didn't know that happened.
I didn't know you needed to do that.
That's impressive.
I'm just saying,
That
when you
is
only
really
clean like that once in a blue moon, which you've now experienced, you just
I'm
get it all
impressed
done.
by houses that have baseboards. My house, it just is down.
You don't
to
believe in those?
Down to the studs.
It's a luxury item.
We didn't even have drywall.
What'd you guys do for the 4th? I mean, what's the report here? Did it end up being okay in St. Louis, all things considered? I felt like it did.
The parade for the 4th got canceled, and the start of it got delayed. The whole like downtown or down at the Arch, but they still ended up having all of the concert performances on both nights. All of the fireworks went according to plan. So it was also super rainy and stormy in St. Charles as well. Rained for a lot of the day. But they still had the fireworks show on Main Street, which was great. All the area down there was very festive and lively, live music going on. So it was a fun time down there. My wife and I had a good time watching the fireworks show down there.
I really genuinely like parades, but the idea of a parade is always just so funny to me.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like you're like, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to get dressed up in some sequins and walk down the street and with a baton, and everybody's going to look at me.
You know my
Throw candy at them.
My conflict of us being in the Veterans Day Parade every year at Edwardsville, I feel so wrong being like, I don't know what.
I forgot that we're in one.
Yes. and you're just like a zoo exhibit. I feel like that in that parade because I am not a veteran. I am in the parade to thank the veterans that are attending the parade.
Yeah.
And I try
What are you in there for?
because
We don't know.
Because we appreciate the veterans so much. And I do. You can attest to this, Ryan.
Every year she says, I kid you not.
Yeah.
She's like, why? What? Are we? Do we belong here? Like, she's like, got this internal crisis happening every year.
I don't know what this
I'm like,
says
Annie,
about me.
And then it just
This is year
magically
4.
turns on cleaning
No,
mode.
it's way
All
more
of a
than year
sudden-
4. This goes back to the old days.
Okay.
One time, this is inside baseball, since this is sports and local. One time when Dana Lash was still on in the middays, she was, I think, in Texas at that point. And Jeff, our boss, was like, Annie, you just get in the Dana truck. I'm like, I can't. They'll think I'm Dana. He's like, don't worry
Wear a
about it.
black wig.
No. And so I did, and I just waved at people the whole time. And I'm like, not a veteran, not Dana. But I'm so grateful for all the people. I feel like it would be disrespectful not to participate in it. I don't know what to do.
It's great.
Anyway.
The idea of a parade is it's just so funny. Like, let's go walk down the street and people will wave at us.
I just think it's funny how people are so excited in this one little moment.
Yeah.
It's just this burst of waving aggressively.
Hey, oh,
Hey, you. Hey,
yeah.
you. Oh, hey.
And yet I say this genuinely loving parades. I like being an attendee. I like being in them. Everything about them I like.
Well, it seemed like everything in St. Louis went pretty well. The fireworks shots looked awesome and whatnot. So St. Charles was awesome. And they had to do their part again in St. Louis to make sure that the streets were kept clean and that there was no kerfluffling going on or sizzle, as you guys mentioned just a moment ago. Kara Spencer had established a curfew from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., and actually, this is still going on. This is through Labor Day for anyone 17 and younger in the downtown and downtown west neighborhoods. Now, it started on July 3rd. That's why it matters. And they were cracking it a little bit over the last couple of days. 41 kids, 17 and younger, were detained. 30 living in the city, 30 living outside of the city, which I thought that was kind of interesting that a lot of them were traveling, coming
into where there's a curfew.
Yeah. So,
okay.
But it's I guess it's a good thing that they were able to, I mean, I saw posts all weekend saying like, we told you guys we were going to do this and they did it. So hopefully, for the rest of the summer, there's lessons learned here in that you're able to keep the fireworks shooting out of the area, because there was videos. I don't know if you guys saw any of them. There was videos of kids like shooting fireworks in each other's in the streets in downtown St. Louis. Probably not as viral as they've gotten the last couple of years, where you're like, what is going on? But there were still some of those videos, so it was pretty crazy. In other news, Cardinals had a very good weekend against the Chicago Cubs. Took 2 out of 3, won 7.
Man, you want to talk about some butt kickings?
Fireworks, right? 17-1 on Friday.
No, the baseball.
No, the scoring was fireworks.
Explain it like he's stupid, Ethan.
I just did.
Okay.
I'm not sure I follow.
17-1 on
funny.
Friday, 3-0 on Saturday. They lost yesterday, 6-4. Saturday night they played. This was at Wrigley over the weekend, and they had a fog delay, which was due to the storms that had come in earlier.
Was there any fireworks?
They said that maybe that could have been part of it, but I looked it up because at first I thought it was just fireworks.
Yeah.
And it was actually, there was a fog that was coming in from the lake.
Yeah.
This is on July 4th, just like George Washington.
Okay. And they, what do you want me to say to that?
I don't think that was the 4th.
Might have been, though. You don't know.
The Battle of Long Island.
I mean, what's his?
Yeah,
Thank you, Brad. Appreciate that.
Brad, will you explain it to Ryan like he's stupid?
He just did.
Not sure I follow.
I'm just amazed he knew about the fog and George Washington.
Yeah, for
I
real.
thought I was the only nerd that knew about that stuff.
So there was probably a 30-minute delay during the game. And
I saw videos of players going, we can't see the ball.
Yeah, J.J. Weatherholt, Mason. There was a shot where Alec Burleson at first base reacts to a foul ball out of play and just kind of like panics.
Like a mime.
Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
I saw people posting from the bleachers at Wrigley going, hey, I need a refund for this crap because they couldn't see the game from their seats.
People started texting me all caps, "Where is our catcher?" Because they couldn't see Pedro Pie. So I was like, I don't know. But during
I'd like
that,
to see some umpire reviews, some
Yeah,
ABS
for real.
reviews where the ball's right down the middle, and it's like, I don't know, ball.
They actually said like that ABS is, I don't know if they said inconclusive or can't be used right now when someone tried to challenge.
So ABS
because the
couldn't
fog
see
was
the ball.
impacting it.
And they're like, just go on.
Yeah, that was crazy. But during that break, I don't know if you guys heard the crowd like singing and chanting, and they were like, Cubs and Cards fans were like kind of like cheering and booing each other, and they had the beer cup snakes going on in the outfield, and then they all started chanting together, "Country Road, take me home" for Team USA, who plays tonight against Belgium. So that was pretty cool. There's not a lot of things that could bring Cubs and Cards fans together, but certainly America can. So that was pretty cool. Jordan Walker also got selected to his first ever All-Star game on Saturday.
Deservedly so.
Very deservedly so. Even got emotional when it was announced in the clubhouse.
Ryan,
the
if
Cardinals
you
put
got
out a
called
video.
up to play in the radio All-Star game, would you get emotional?
No.
That's it. Well, I don't think we have to worry about it.
Really
So
on one today.
Let's just keep moving through.
As mentioned, Team USA, Belgium tonight, round of 16, a rematch of the 2014 round of 16 in the World Cup in Brazil. Should be a fun one. Starts at 7 o'clock. So
Are we going to win?
I think there's a pretty darn good chance that we win.
In a league of their own, when Dottie is catching on the side right before the championship game, and Tom Hanks comes out and he's kind of crabbing, and Dottie takes off her mask and turns around and says like some insult to Tom Hanks's character, and he goes, "We're gonna win." Is that how you felt when the red card got suspended? We're gonna win.
The optimism certainly grew when Balogun's red card got suspended. That was huge.
Our future. I don't know the answer to this question, which is why I'm asking. Does he score goals?
Yes.
Is he a goal scorer?
Yeah, he scored, I think, 3 goals in the World Cup.
Is
so
he a
far.
striker?
Yes.
Does that mean he scores goals?
Typically, yes.
Okay,
If
so
you're a
he's an
good
offense.
striker, yes.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the terms.
Yeah.
Which is go
A
see
forward, a
go
striker,
see the
those are the
beginning
ones that
of the
score
show where I say whenever you see people talking about the red card suspension.
Oh, I heard it.
That all of our American people are having to explain soccer as they're talking about red cards because we don't know, but we're still trying to obviously win. Is there any sort of taint on the future if we win this game because of the red card? Is there an asterisk or anything like that?
No, because it shouldn't have been a red card in the first place. It was it was such a bad call.
If the roles were reversed and Belgium got their guy back, would you say the exact same thing?
I would like to think that I would. I mean, like the whole thing about the whole thing and the difference.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Sure, there's always a chance. Like, but the whole difference is that, and this is, Dave Portnoy's put out some awesome tweets,
Yes,
and there's
he
been
has.
some other people out
I've
there as
gotten
well.
all my soccer knowledge
that are
from
saying,
Dave Portnoy for
that are
for
saying
what that matters.
You know what? Like, if it was the other way around, like we'd be okay with it because if we win, we want to win against the best of the other team. And now the Belgians are out here just saying we want to just squeak by. Is that true or not? I don't know.
heard on Fox
But-
News. I heard on Fox News this morning some panel. I think it was on Outnumbered, and one of them said, if Belgium wants to win, they should want to win against our best. They shouldn't want to just win because they can win. And I don't know who it was because I was listening on Sirius on the way in, and the other one was like, no, they just want to win. And I'm like, I would just want to win.
Yeah.
I would not want that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, no, you let that guy play.
Right.
I want to
yeah.
beat him too.
Now
No.
Let make sure Messi's playing for Argentina when we play them.
The winner, if we are to win that game, we would play the winner of Portugal-Spain, which is going on right now.
Are they any good? No, they haven't even scored any goals yet. And we're 36 minutes in.
Stupid.
Both are very good.
Man, that's a very close in proximity kind of matchup.
It is.
They share a border, Ethan.
Thank you, Ryan.
More-
you were very productive this
More
segment.
facts and
Shizzle.
Shizzle with Ryan on geography when we come back. Don't go away.
Wow. That was crazy.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just one dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Have you ever felt like you were living just a B or B+ life? It's so dangerous to live that, more dangerous than a B- or a C+ life, because when you're living a B or B+ life, you don't change it. You think it's good enough. Is it? I'm Susie Welch. I host a podcast called Becoming You. People think, okay, an A+ life is not available to me, but there is a way. We are all in the process of becoming ourselves. Listen to Becoming You wherever you get your podcast.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-619-3377. That's 800-619-3377. 800-619-3377.
Today we're asking you in the YouTube live chat poll, will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial, which is beginning? Yes, closely is one of the answers. Yes, just the highlights is another. And then no. We have had answers all over the place. If you want to text yours in, 314-241-9797, or you can, of course, leave a comment on YouTube where you can vote in the poll. It is 2:39. This time check is sponsored by Jerry Kelly Heating, Air Conditioning, Electrical, and Plumbing.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
From Wood River to Weldon Springs, 97.1 FM Talk, St. Louis Conservative.
The YouTube poll for today here on the Annie Frey Show, will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Yes, closely. Yes, the highlights, or no. The way for you to go vote on this poll today is to go to the Annie Frey YouTube channel, and you'll see every day in our live broadcast, you can see that we have a poll in the live chat. So that's where you'll find the poll, and you can vote and tell us what you think. Brad, what are your thoughts on how are you personally going to follow the Charlie Kirk trial?
I'm going to watch highlights. I'm not going to like you. I'm not a murder mystery or not. What is it? True crime person. I don't like following it that close, but I will keep an eye out and ear open for like any like shocking breaking whatever on it. I am very interested to seeing what the outcome is, because I am still frustrated and angry about the murder of Charlie Kirk. It still bothers me, and I do want justice very, very badly.
Yeah, I think that's the way a lot of people feel, is you just feel emotionally connected to it. I think it's right and important for people to say, this makes me angry. It is absolutely a situation where the absurdity, the unjustified nature, and every time, what's the phrase? Like you shift the Overton window. Now, what is part of normal conversation in the United States of America? If you don't believe politically what some people think you should believe, they'll take you out in the most public way they can possibly muster.
They were showing some of that guy's tweets on Fox earlier.
Tyler Robinson,
and they were to his roommate, I guess. And it's basically a confession. I mean, the text they were showing leave no room for interpretation. Why did you do it? Oh, well, I did it because. What he said was, well, because he's so full of hate. Charlie Kirk is so full of hate that it can't be uprooted. So the only way that I can help the world is to murder him. And that's me saying more than the text said. But that's what he was saying. And that's the ideology now of a crazy person is, well, I was justified in doing this. And in fact, I brought love to the world, or I brought better things to the world through murder than this person did just because I disliked what he said. And the word they use, hate. He was so full of hate that he deserved it. It was justified for him to do that, for him to murder him.
How do you think this poll is going to shake out with our audience here on the Annie Frey Show? I think that everybody listening, I hope, wherever you fall on the political spectrum, that everybody listening right now knows that what happened to Charlie Kirk is horrific.
I sure hope so.
But I know that there are people listening right now who are not Charlie Kirk fanboys and fangirls. What percentage of our audience do you expect to be following it closely, following the highlights, or not at all?
I'm going to say it's 40, 40, 20, as in 40% are going to be watching it very closely, 40% are going to be watching the highlights, and 20% are not going to be paying attention to it.
I think it's going to be higher in the highlights. I think at least 50-55% of our people will want to watch the highlights, but it'll be too emotional for them to follow it very, very closely. So I think it's going to be more like a 30-50, and then whatever is left is the 20%. That don't follow it.
Folks can go to the YouTube channel right now and cast your vote, get it in, and sway these votes whichever way that you feel about this. We do care about it. If there was an overwhelming response in a particular way, that will affect, to an extent, how deeply I decide to go. If, do you want every day, you want an update, or is it like, okay, they had a big development, so on and so forth. This is going to be such a huge story when this trial gets going. So what I'm trying to do is hold myself back to make sure that I'm reporting the big things right now when they happen. And right now what we have is a lot of stall tactics on the defense. We'll get your text message reactions to this, as well as a multitude of things. We're talking about trying to get my windshield replaced on my van in Florida. Any advice that you have is recommended. Got a text from a friend who said Glass America, so I'm checking them out. And it says here, your price is $612, which is $400 less. The fine print here, the price shown above may not include moldings, clips, and other attachments or calibration if required.
Ooh, I'd call them and get a quote, like a direct, you tell me what it's going to be.
I can't right now.
Why?
Because I have to talk to you. So I appreciate that suggestion. Like, if you send me stuff, I'm going to look it up. Because this has to get done. I got to do it. We're obviously talking with insurance. We do not have the windshield replacement separate deductible, apparently. But
somebody else on the text line has suggested Learn Auto Glass Repair. I don't know if that's
Learn.
Learn. And then somebody else said that, I don't know if this is true, I'll just read it as it is, that, hey, Tony Twist owns a windshield company. Call him.
Is he in Florida?
I don't know.
Call him and ask him for advice. Hey, Tony. Okay, maybe. I'll check that out as well.
And that's from Steve.
Other suggestions, and I said this to my boss, Steve, because I was texting him during the last time the United States played, and Ethan. I was texting my soccer questions, and I told Steve that I go, maybe next time that USA plays, I'll just run a live stream, and I'll just ask the stream my questions. My questions are dumb questions, but they might be your questions. You may know soccer as little as I do. My husband just suggested that I do that. I think he wants to embarrass me. I think he's like, I'm not here to take part in that. Why don't you just go ahead and make a fool of yourself for everybody while Team USA is playing? I don't know. Give us your thoughts, 314-241-9797. We'll wrap the show up when we come back. Don't go away.
Can't get enough 97.1? Follow us on socials. Facebook, X, Instagram at 97.1 FM Talk, and YouTube at 97.1 FM Talk STL. 97.1 FM Talk. Let's connect.
Did you know replacing old vinyl windows with more vinyl windows might not be the best choice? Hi, it's Kim, and I'm here to tell you about Infinity from Marvin Windows, because these fiberglass windows, they're energy efficient, they're beautiful, and they're custom built to fit your home perfectly. The team at Lakeside Renovation and Design just makes the process so easy. I love the fact that they even offer a lifetime workmanship warranty. Look, if you're tired of drafts, high energy bills, or maybe hard to open windows, now's the time to upgrade. Visit windowsbylakeside.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Hey, it's Mark Reardon. If you're nearing retirement or already retired, call my friends Thomas Helbig and Bob Kershaw with the Retirement Advisory Group. They'll show you how linking to the market is much safer than owning the market for your retirement savings. They're the official financial advisors of my show. Go to retirementkey.com. Hey guys, are you dealing with low energy, weight gain, or issues in the bedroom? Game Day Men's Health is the premier men's health clinic in the St. Louis area with locations in Chesterfield and O'Fallon, Missouri. They specialize in low testosterone and sexual health, and they also help men and women with medical weight loss, vitamins, and peptides. They offer free consultations and testosterone tests with results in about 20 minutes. Get in, get answers, get back to the top of your game. Visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Again, that's GameDayMen'sHealth.com.
Summer air should feel fresh, not full of dust and allergens and whatever winter left behind in your vents. Your air ducts are the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, you're breathing it in every day. This month only, get your ducts cleaned starting at just $5.99 per unit. That is cleaner air, better efficiency, and a fresher home guaranteed. Call 314-474-2020 or visit ZeroResSTL.com and ask for the 97.1 special.
You're listening to The Annie Frey Show. 97.1 FM Talk. St. Louis Conservative.
What a vibe. This is going to be me tonight. Looking around for my husband. Just walking.
You're going to be just like a little drunk?
Does it make the story better?
Yeah, because if you're walking around singing that song, looking for your husband in your house, I would picture you got to be a little bit buzzed.
Drinking my bathwater whiskey.
Yeah.
That could be a name of a brand.
Look at
It's like something Sydney Sweeney would sell. Isn't that what she...
Midnight.
Why do I have a cold?
You know, you're a little drunk. Or you're Ethan. Who has a little cold. That's the reference there.
Ethan has a cold. He's not quite into man flu territory yet, is he?
I don't know. He was acting like a punk.
How did he look to you today?
Poor.
like income?
Just pitiful.
Just wearing holy clothes.
Yeah. No matter which way you slice it.
Gosh, I'm getting a ton of feedback on the what to do with my windshield situation here. As well as what to do tonight with my spare time. Annie, you have comprehensive on your auto policy. Call your agent. Also, since this happened at home, your homeowners might cover it. It didn't happen at home. It happened on the road. Also, there was one comment here I wanted to read about Russell, about what I should do with my time. Russell said, I'm not a female, but if I was and had free time, I would probably do laundry, mop the floors, clean toilets, and mow the grass. Does this help? Do you want to know what I did last night? I cleaned toilets. That's not even a joke. Yes.
I thought you cleaned under the beds and stuff.
No, that was Saturday.
Same brush?
Just the same one. I was like, well, I got it in my hand. What else can I do with this? It was Jared's toothbrush. He wasn't there. I wanted it to be fine cleaned.
That's going to take a long time, too. I use a bigger brush when I clean.
Your mouth or your toilet?
I use one of those big ones that are really scrubbed. Hard to get your mouth around it.
No, see, I thought about you, Ryan, yesterday because I was walking through Walmart and I had just told you that I don't allow myself. Oh my gosh, I just thought of the most embarrassing thing that might have ever happened to me yesterday. I will. But I was thinking about how I was walking around Walmart and I was looking for things that we needed. And I told you that's how I shop in Walmart, which is why my husband doesn't. It's not that he doesn't let me go, but he's like, I got it, honey. I'm walking through Walmart in Edwardsville. and there is an end cap on one of the middle, on the aisle. They've got all this stuff out there to display. It's this big, tall, probably 6.5, 7 foot tall cardboard display of the Downy laundry stuff, the little pellets that make it smell good. I did it. I put a picture up of this on the Annie Frey Show Facebook at one point because we use it. We love it. It's about 6.5 feet, 7 feet tall. And it is, if at all, 12 inches wide. Super tall. Super
narrow.
Shallow, narrow, yes. Well, it was sticking out a little bit off to the aisle. And we bought my daughter a new car seat. She's 5, so we got her one with the high back, not the 3-point harness, blah, blah, blah. I had it under my cart, and I'm driving, and I misjudged the distance that the box of the car seat was on the bottom of my cart. I clipped this very tall structure that had all of these individual laundry smelly things on it. There were at least 30 of them. And it in slow motion fell forward and splat, and all of the stuff went everywhere. And I watched it in slow motion with my hands on my forehead and my cheeks, just like, what do I do? And it just went.
What is it? A bunch of samples on it?
No, it was full-size bottles of laundry scent edition
and
stuff.
You knocked over 30 of them?
Yes. And it went face. I questioned the person who made that display. This Walmart team member, I almost called him a cast member, employee, walks up with great judgment on his face, but I was judging me too. And I helped him pick up and restock the whole thing. I'm like, I am so sorry. He's like, it's all right. Thanks for helping me pick it back up. But there were probably a half a dozen people who watched me hit that, and just, like I said, slow, it just went beep. And this stuff went everywhere. It was so terrible. So yeah, to the person who suggested I go to Park North golf facility tonight and act like a celebrity, I hope I don't see the same people that I saw in Walmart yesterday, because I was embarrassed.
Yeah, you'll owe them money.
It was really noisy. None of it broke. I would have bought it if it broke, and I would have used it too, because this stuff's good.
That seems like a flawed design to me.
It was a flaw. I mean, the cardboard.
Not trying to defend you.
I know. But the cardboard design of that thing was so lightweight, easy to pick up with one hand. Like, I picked it up myself to try to start putting it back up. The guy came and helped me. And it was just on the end of one of those middle of the things. If you go into Walmart and you go back by the cleaning stuff, this is all to say that I went into the cleaning aisle and I bought a ton of toilet cleaner stuff so I could clean all the toilets that night.
How much stuff do you need? Seems like you can get one bottle.
You don't want to know.
Man.
Yeah, I'm not getting into the deep details of toilet cleaning, but that's what I'm doing with my time. And I can't afford to clean for the next 48 hours straight. I need something else to do. And I think I'm not allowed to go back in Walmart now, so I probably need to stay away from
There's
there.
a picture of you up with the no smoking sign over it.
Go back and watch. If you work at Walmart, go back and watch the surveillance video, because I seriously was standing there in my Walmart attire. Not a compliment.
And then put it out on Walmart socials.
Yeah, people of Walmart. This girl with my USA ratty sweatshirt. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the YouTube poll for today. Will you follow the Charlie Kirk murder trial? Yes, closely. Yes, the highlights, or no. The votes are in. 64% of you said yes, the highlights. 19% no. 17% comes in third by saying yes, closely. I'm not surprised. That's kind of what I thought it would shake out as well. Thank you for the feedback. Make sure you subscribe to the Annie Frey YouTube channel and take us with you wherever you go. We're so grateful for the opportunity to do that here on 97.1 FM Talk. The Mark Reardon Show, coming up next.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Money, sponsored by Ethos.
If your child is heading off to college in the fall, you need to have the money talk before they're dropped off at the dorm.
Getting them to be financially savvy very early on in their college career is critically important.
Financial planner Ed Jertson says you need to talk guardrails for 18-year-old financial freedom.
Because the child is really enjoying that freedom and going out to dinner a lot and doing other things that wasn't expected out of the beginning.
I'm Rob Hart.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get